And welcome back to IORK 2025 here, hosted by Go Media Stadium, Ace Motorsports. We're back from our lunch, or our dinner break, I guess. And it's been a fantastic racing so far. I'm here with 2NZ, although I think we need to readjust the nicknames, but yeah, how's the day been so far?
Oh, it's been absolutely fantastic. We've seen some star drivers out there. We've seen a mix of wins. No one's completely dominated the proceedings so far this afternoon. We're about to go into session 4. Of course, tomorrow we're going to the semi-finals, the last of the heat races, and of course the big finals.
Yeah, looking forward to those. They're going to be a great one. But tonight, we just got the last of the heat races. A few more categories to get through. Few opportunities to score points for these last few entries. We got starting off with the 69 and under category, the lightweight category. So this is a mix of adults and kids, but anyone who's 69 kgs and under. Been a very, very fast category. This is when we've seen some of our fastest laps of the weekend coming from this category. So what can we expect from night? The lights coming down, the colds coming in. What's going to happen?
We're going to see some super fast lap times for sure, unless that rain comes falling down. But you never know. It is Auckland.
That deadly, deadly words. Rain. Is the commentator's curse going to strike? We'll find out. But yeah, it's been a fascinating session so far. Looking to get an updated points tally coming through soon. But yeah, how's the night going so far? How's the event going? What's the talk around the crowd? You've had a chat with a few competitors. What's the feeling going on?
Oh, they're absolutely loving it. They're having a ball. And the amount of competitiveness out there, it's got to come down to the wire. Well, who knows who's going to win this? The fastest driver is not going to necessarily be the champion at the end of this.
Yeah, of course, and we've seen some upsets. Talk about Mandela Pluck not winning the last 2 races. Everyone sort of felt like he was a bit dominant and could win every single race, and then comes in the last 2. Something's gone on, right? He's had kart luck, he's had restart luck, he's had terrible luck for the Pluck.
And of course you also had the likes of Jonathan Camp completely flying underneath the radar and just annihilating everyone in his heat.
Yeah, of course, it's been a fantastic event so far. We've been really, really enjoying it. It's been great to follow, and we're looking forward to kicking it off soon.
Forget the Bledisloe Cup. This is where it is at Go Media Stadium at the moment in Auckland. Mount Smart Stadium will come alight here at Ace Karts.
Right, so covering off the championship points for this next category, 69 kgs and under. You wouldn't believe who's at the top of the charts. It's Charlie Kiwa from Wellington, a name that we've said all weekend long. He's in multiple categories. He's wearing weight vests. In this category is his natural one. He's dominant.
Oh, some of these Wellingtonians are blowing the competition away.
Yeah, of course, Noah Hoyle following up with 220 points. Also doing well, following behind Tony Weymouth with 216. Chaplin Chan with 204. Adrian Lang, someone that you thought would be doing much stronger. You said that he had much success previously in karting, only 192 points.
Well, he's a former New Zealand champion in this particular class here at IORK.
Yeah, and Ding Zhao, not someone who's been on the podium, but still consistently filing in that top half of that group, doing quite well in the championship. Also tied with Adrian on 192, so good result from him. And Levi Cavill, who's also in our under-18s category, also sitting on 182, so it's a very tight battle between the 3.
We've also got Emma Roberts right there as well, of course, the young lady driver from Christchurch, and of course she's got a bit on the line in this one as well.
Yeah, totally, and she's not the only fast female. Bianca is also in this category. She's currently sitting at about 172 points. Durham Jones on 130. There's a whole bunch of names through this category that are all doing really well. Quade Crowther sitting up on 188.
Of course, we will remind you that we have 5 commentators for this event. We have 1 NZ, we have 2 NZ, we have 3 NZ, we have Auckland's ANZ, and we also have Wellington's BNZ.
Yeah, but I'd like a petition to change... what is it, 2NZ to Duck, just because it was famous.
No, that was 3NZ. I'm 2NZ.
You're 2NZ, so I changed 3NZ to Duck, just because it was famous hood ornament. Speaking of 1NZ,
hey guys, Dan here. Now, I'm not sure if you guys have spoken about the rumour going around about the bid for the finals tomorrow in this class. No, well, I've just caught up with Emma Roberts and Jalen Cayley.
Yes, I've heard that one.
Now, Jalen Cayley has some luscious locks. Luscious. The best locks you could have on a boy. Now,
Locks to die for.
that's the one. Now, there's a bet on if Emma beats him in the final, she gets to cut off all his hair. So, we've just done a wee interview that will come up on the Facebook page again shortly. But that's a real life bet. He loses all his hair, and if he loses to Emma.
That's assuming they both make the final.
Well, I think they're both pretty shoo-in for the final tomorrow, so of who comes out on top.
Totally, and running it through into our under 69 category, we're going to run through the grid, starting off on pole position for this race. Bianca in cart number 5, followed by Durham Jones, both of them fast peddlers, but just haven't been able to break through the middle. Now's their chance. Ding Zhao starting on 3rd, again another fast peddler, just not had the opportunity. Spencer Burgess is on 4th in cart number 17. Matt Buckley in 4th, starting in 7th with cart number 4. Jalen starting in 8th with cart 14. Chaplin Chan in 9th with cart 16. Toby Weymouth in 10th with cart 7. Elliot Soffel in 6th with cart in position 11 with cart 6. Position 12, Billy Lee with cart 12. Jared in position 13, starting with cart 21. Quay Crowther in 14th with car 19. Charlie Keyworth, the leader of this championship, all the way back in 5th with cart 3. And Noah Hoyle, again, also second in the championship, starting in 16th with cart 13. And Emma Roberts taking up the back of the grid, trying to get that bet, and starting in 17th with cart 9.
Okay, away racing as they go into turn 1. It's the charge of the Light Brigade. And here we go. Who's got the front? It looks like that could be Bianca.
Yeah, there was a big tussle between 3 or 4 cars there. That was a bit of push and shove. Maybe the stewards will have a look into that one. But it looks like, either Durham Jones has got ahead of Bianca in that one and storming off to a lead by the looks of it.
Down the front straight or down the back straight they come. And it looks like our race leader.
It looks like that's Bianca crossing the line and then followed by Durham, but we'll see if it comes across. Yeah, Bianca's in the lead and Durham's come across, and then Levi Cavill has made up a whole heap of positions. Ding Zhao starting from 3rd, gone into the pits. Noah Hoyle from the back of the grid to 10th. Emma Roberts up to 11th. But Levi Cavill made a whole bunch of positions straight off the bat and up into 3rd place. Good job from him.
Okay, things are tightened up at the front here. Look at this as they come around. Bianca holding off
Bianca and Levi in a really, really tight fight between the two of them. And then joining on the back of them is cart 17. Spencer Burge.
That's the big move. I have to interrupt you there. The lead has changed once again. Levi Cavill has hit the front. He's Nelsonian doing the business.
He's been threatening to do that all night because he's been showing some wicked pace. He's super light, got a lot of skill, a lot of talent, and he's been one that I've been waiting for to see for a win, and I think we're going to see it tonight because he is flying past Bianca.
I got one of the front noses in the pits. We just catch the number. It's cart number 14. And that is Jalen.
Spencer's doing a fantastic job of trying to push Bianca, try and get her to make a mistake. She knows this track really well, but he's got a lot of talent, so which one's going to come across first? It looks like Spencer's gone past Bianca, so now Spencer's going to take the lead because Liam's coming into the pits. Bianca's coming into the pits as well, so Liam and Bianca into the pits. Spencer Burgess is going to be your race leader.
Well, it's all happening at the front of the field, and Spencer doing the business from Durham Jones and Charlie Keyworth. Now, Charlie Keyworth could be the one to watch here.
Yeah, I was talking to Durham Jones earlier. He was saying that he's slowly getting faster throughout the weekend. He started off, he said that he didn't even notice it was raining until all of a sudden his car lost control. So he said that he's learning the track, learning how to drive, but he's doing a good job moving his way up.
Another one to look out for, Noah Noy there back in 4th place in cart number 13. He's no slug.
No, of course, he's sitting second in the championship, doing really well. Charlie Keyworth just coming to the pit lane. He made his way up to 4th from the back of the grid, so doing really well there for Charlie Keyworth. Durham Jones in the pits as well, so getting his pits done early, so that's going to move Noah Hoyle up. Spencer Burgess is the one walking away, but hasn't pit yet.
Well, Spencer Burgess has got to make that big pit stop. But look at the lap time there from Spencer Burgess, a 27.97.
Setting it in when it matters and really stretching his legs now that he's got the nice lead. Got some clear air, so good opportunity to put in some fast laps.
Definitely. A couple more in the 27s. We've got Jalen Carley back there, 27.92.
Yeah.
And another one there, 27.15, I think it is, for, is that Adrian Lang?
And Levi's come in and completed both of his pit stops. So is Bianca. So Levi and Bianca have completed both their pit stops. Ding Zhao's up to 5th, but he's been struggling considering he started on 3rd.
Well, we've got some mighty quick lap times going already. We've got about 4 drivers in the 27s.
Yeah, I would expect that with the wet temperature coming down in this light of the category. They're going to be performing. I reckon we'll see some really fast laps tonight.
Okay, kart number 14 making second pit stop. That's Jalen. Once again, he obviously wants to keep those locks.
Yeah, he's probably really desperate. He's putting it all on the line. There's great motivation. I can tell you, me personally, I'd take that bet any day of the week. I'd love to have a competition about losing my hair.
Well, I'll tell you what, it could get a bit hairy in the final.
Jesus. These puns are going to be going all through the weekend. I'll see how much I can take. But Ding Zhao's moved up to 2nd, so clearly he can take a lot of time. But Charlie Keyworth just passed him as well. Spencer Burgess holding strong in the lead.
Well, Spencer Burgess, when's he going to make his pit stop? Oh, he's making it now, apparently.
Yeah, Levi
Burgess in the pits.
Levi from 1st down to 8th. That's how much the pits are hurting.
No, he could be the one that benefits from this.
Yeah, of course.
Sitting in 4th.
Yeah, of course, 6th in the championship, following behind 20 points behind championship leader Charlie Keyworth. Obviously, Charlie with 64 points on the line. Charlie needs to finish ahead of Noah, but right now is behind Noah.
Oh, some very quick lap times out there at the moment, but Spencer Burgess is your race leader. Kart number 10 from Ding Zhao. And kart number 11.
Yeah, and Ding's doing a fantastic job from starting from 3rd. Fall down after his pits, but worked his way back up. So good recovery drive. Hopefully he can get one more pit done and then really have a strong finish, Ding.
Well, looking at that gap from 1st to 2nd is 2.3 seconds.
Yeah, really fast. Charlie Keyworth in 6th. Noah Hoyle still ahead of Charlie. That's really important. But Levi Chapman's just moved up to 5th, so good job from Levi. I think, as I said, Levi was an early favourite. We'll see how he finishes, but Spencer Burgess is just stretching his legs.
Well, kart number 6 in the pits at the moment, and that is Craig Crowther. And he's well down in the field, back in 12th. He's been one of the stars in this class.
Yeah, of course. This class is filled with stars, though. I mean, so many of them are really, really fast. So, yeah, good to see them performing really well. And, you know, even there's some names that we don't get to say as often because they're further back in the grid. They're still doing a fantastic job. Everyone here competing is doing a great job.
Well, Ding Zhao is your race leader in kart number 11 from Toby Wayworth. Well, he's made up a few places in kart number 7.
Yeah, I suspect Ding hasn't done his pit stop yet, but putting in some strong lap times, Ding's more than capable. Just got into his pit stop now, so where Ding comes out, it's a fight for position now. It's going to be Ding versus Levi versus Spencer versus Charlie. It's all kicking off in this.
Well, you've left one name out of there, and it's the man with the locks in 2nd place, Jalen Carley. I think since I've had that bet, he's really pulled finger.
I underestimate power of hair. I really don't understand how much it speeds you up.
Right, just having a look. Toby Weymouth, your race leader, from Jalen Carley, and Levi Cavill, the Nelsonian, sitting there in 3rd place.
Yeah, doing really well, but Levi's made his way back up to 3rd, so that's showing that early lead, that early strength. He got his pits done, now he's still ahead of Charlie, so I think Levi's still got a good chance of winning this. Jalen versus Levi is going to be very interesting.
Well, it's just a minute left to go, and can Toby Weymouth hold on here? Fastest lap of a 27.56.
Notice we were talking about Noah earlier, and he's already fallen the way back to 10th, so clearly he hadn't had his pit stops yet, and that was what was pushing him up so high. Charlie's going to get way more points and probably strengthen his lead, because his nearest competition's all the way down in 10th.
Well, another one pretty high up in the points would have to be Nelson's Levi Carville, sitting there in 3rd place.
Yeah, really strong result from Levi. Again, still waiting to see that finish, that win, but maybe in the under-18s category later onwards.
Well, keep your eye out for that checkered flag. We'll be out very, very shortly for our race leader, Toby Weymouth. Looking at the gap, he's got a 4.5 second lead. He's got this one in the bag.
10 seconds to go. Going to cross the line, and there will be a win for Toby Weymouth. Really, really good job from him. Would have just done a strong drive, pitted at the right time, and just kept it clean.
And there goes the checkered flag. And your winner, Toby Weymouth, in kart number 2. In second place will be Mr. Locks himself, Jalen Carley, and in third, oh no, yeah, no, it's Levi Carmel back there in third. Okay, here is the results. In first place will be Toby Weymouth, second place to Jalen Carley, and back in third is kart number 18, Levi Carmel, fourth place to Charlie Kenworth. Oh, great drive from Toby Weymouth, and of course it's not his first win, is it, in this class? So Patrick can give a word with Jalen.
Yeah, totally. We've already talked to Toby earlier in the day, so it would be good to talk to Jalen, who was in kart 14. Jalen did a fantastic job, and trying to get to talk to as many different people as we can. So obviously, if there's a driver that's consistently winning, we'll try to talk to someone else on the grid. But yeah, trying to reward strong results.
Well, Jalen, of course, he had that pressure on him, and he's responded very, very well indeed, coming across the line in second place. He obviously wants to keep those locks intact. Can we have Jalen Carley to the commentary booth, please? Here he comes, Jalen. Show us your locks, Jalen. You obviously want to keep them intact for that final.
I'm trying to, but Emma's out to get me.
Well, you would have got a few points on her in that one.
So where's this hair bet come from? Because obviously you've talked about it on the social media, but on the live stream, what's this hair bet?
Well, I'm not sure where this has come from. Emma's decided that we should have a bet on, and if she beats me in the final, she gets to chop my locks off.
So you're an unwilling participant in this bet?
Yeah, somewhat. And there's a few people that seem to be on her side, and not very many on my side, I'll be honest.
I'll tell you what, that's what happens when you sit at a table full of Christchurch competitors.
See, look, he's out there with the scissors. Look at him.
That's because they're chopped.
They're coming for me, eh?
They definitely are.
Well, that was a great race. How'd that go for you? How did you get that win?
Just smart pit stops, I think. That's really where the heat races lie. You know, you can drive fast, but if you're stuck behind people, you're not going to go anywhere. So think about your pit stops and take it.
So what's it like here at the Ace track compared to down in Christchurch?
Well, I've only really raced at Nelson, sorry, but it's a lot more passing opportunities. It's good, but I do find the difference is even if you're in a strong car, you can't go as far forward because the heats are a bit shorter. So it's going to be interesting to see what karts go to the top in the finals.
Yeah, obviously a longer race in the finals. 8 minutes is a very, very short time, even here for Ace, but these IORK championships, semi-finals and finals are a little bit longer, so a bit more time to focus on that racecraft, and surely the faster drivers will come through. Surely you're one of those faster drivers.
I hope so. I guess we'll find out.
All right, well, great job, Jalen. Congrats on your result. Yeah, good work, and hopefully keep you here, but maybe we'll be talking to Emma a little bit later on tonight.
Okay, ANZ will just go through the running order.
Yeah, so starting off on pole, we've got Tariq. We saw what he could do earlier onwards. Got a good opportunity. Pole's a good chance to get it again. Peyton Freeman starting in second. George DeLue in third. Haley Cavill, really strong competitor in this fourth. Malchi in fifth. Levi in sixth. Max Vosper in seventh. Asher in eighth. Lucas in ninth. And rounding out the top 10, Peck Ashton. So good opportunity from some fast people up at the front. It's definitely a mixed-up grid. Normally we see a lot of these faster guys grouped together. I'm seeing it really spread out with a lot of these fast guys. So there's going to be a lot of overtaking. It'll be interesting to see how this race goes. Let's start it off.
Great to see a few spectators out there on the
Tariq got a great start. Tariq got a great start. He jumped it up and got it moving, and he's ended up being miles ahead of first and second. Second ended up being in the same line as third, but Tariq's got a monster.
Oh, we've got one around. Oh.
That was a big spin in the gaggle of cars. Everyone had to get out of the way. That was a good job from everyone around there. Fast reactions.
Oh, it's all turned to custard for our driver at the tail of the field.
Yeah, that was kart 2. Kart 2 had that spin there.
Kart number 2.
Oh, look at the battle between Tariq and kart 12. There's a red light. Oh, people aren't reacting. People are stopping. Oh, this is carnage. Oh, no.
Oh my goodness, the red light has caused a few issues. Oh, some people weren't aware.
Paying attention there. That was really dangerous. That got scary fast. I was confident someone was going to get hit. That was shocking.
Oh, some of those drivers have gone from hero to zero.
Well, it's got to be a full restart. I think it's completely jumbled up the grid. No one knows where they are. No one who's overtaken who.
Oh my God. Okay, this one will unsettle the nerves. Full restart for this one. So it's another bite of the cherry for all these drivers.
And we're going to get Nick to explain how the red light system works, because obviously that was quite dramatic. But Nick, what went wrong there?
Well, what we're trying to get people to do when there's a red light is slow down, then stop. And that's the exact reason why we don't want people to stop completely on a red light, as you could end up with someone getting really seriously hit from behind. So slow down and stop with the people in front of you. We're not going to, I mean, it's so we can get the track clear safely, but your safety as a driver needs to come first. So slow down with the traffic in front of you and stop with them.
All right, thanks Nick for that explanation. Obviously, anyone that's listening out there, pay attention to that one, because that one's a complicated rule and that was a scary incident. We'd hate to have that happen again, so if everyone can try and listen up to that and refresh the rules. Remember, don't instantly stop.
All the drivers just getting out of the carts and they'll get a bit of a briefing.
All the drivers are going to head in and find out what their new carts are in, because it's going to reorganize the grid. Basically, because it's really hard to move around the carts to make sure everyone's in the correct position, it's easier just to move everyone and restart it.
Oh, high drama here at Go Media Stadium. This could really shake things up. And the competitors may not necessarily restart in the same carts. So you can take nothing for granted. There we see the officials just sweeping the track and adjusting the tyres. They're certainly earning their money's worth here tonight at Go Media Stadium, Ace Karts. So all the drivers getting back into their karts now. So what you got to do now as a driver is have a complete reset and keep your composure, because that could be key in this one.
All right, well, we're looking forward to getting this restarted. It's going to be hopefully an epic race, obviously a little bit of a serious incident, but yeah, team's working on making sure that's the way that it is. But yeah, it's going to be an exciting race. Again, it's a very competitive category and with a lot of hard fighting, so enjoyable.
Oh, it's really wet into turn one. There could be a bit of carnage. So keep your eyes peeled for turn number one, where Way in Racing could catch one or two of the drivers out. And one driver has really stormed away. I think that is Tarek. Tarek has just left the field for Lightning. It's daylight between Tarek and the rest of the field. Down the back straight he'll go for the first time. I'll tell you what, I think he's coming in for a pit stop. If I was him, I'd just continue on. So Tarek makes his pit stop.
Yeah, seeing that early pit stop is definitely a strategy that he wants to use, so advantage to Tarek, but Levi's also pulled in at the same time, so
Levi Cavill.
yeah, and it's getting really cold. You feel that? It's getting real nice and nipping and cold, so that's going to see some fast lap times coming through.
Oh, it certainly will do, but there's a wee bit of moisture round turn one, so that might put paid to that idea.
Yeah, totally, and you've also got to remember we haven't been running for a little bit, so the tyres have cooled down. We've had one race. Coming into this race, the tyres are a little bit colder, so these young kids in them, they're a lot lighter. They need that grip, and they're not going to get it from the tyres right now with this temperature.
Well, I'll tell you what, the times will tell the story, and quickest lap time out there is in the 29s.
Yeah, totally. Biggest thing to remember is that some of those times are a little bit wonky because of pit stops and stuff like that, but yes, consistency is the most important thing. Haley Cavill up there doing a strong result.
I'll tell you who's come back into form. Third place at the moment, Leonora Mugen. Sits there in third place in kart number 13.
Yeah, she's been consistently strong and up in the top, usually holding a top three position.
She's just doing a pit stop now.
Yeah, and we're seeing a double stack, so kart 10's been slightly disadvantaged here by that double stack. Hurt him a little bit there and lost maybe a second.
Okay, we pick up your race leader. It is Haley Cavill from Ollis Newman and Ashton Peck.
Yeah, and Ashton's really fast. We've had a chat to him already because he's so consistently quick.
Well, Ashton's had a first and a second here today. First second to his sister, Danielle.
Yeah, a little sibling rivalry running through that, but they're both doing really, really well. We've got multiple brother-sisters in this heat as well, right? Because we've got the Levi Cavill and Haley Cavill, Ashton and...
Looks like Ashton is top of the pecking order at the moment, ahead of Lucas Petrie, and Tarek bounced back into third place again.
I'll tell you what, if there was a competition for how many punts you could fit in, you'd be first.
I'll tell you what, the lap times have come down once again, because look at this, Tarek, a 27.692.
Yeah, and he's just pitted again, so he's really getting up to speed and really starting to put through the pedal, so good job to Tarek.
Ashton Peck, your race leader, ahead of Lucas Petrie, the Nelsonian, sits there in second. Just ahead of his fellow Nelsonian, Haley Cavill.
Yeah, again, those Cavills, they're quick. Otis Newman, again, someone we've talked about a few times. He's got some top fours. He's doing really, really well. Where can Otis finish? Might be his best result yet at this rate.
Well, watch out, Tarek. Tarek's a real flyer there. Best lap time so far, 27.6.
Yeah, that's really flying. I said it before, but anytime you're doing 27, that's a fast lap time. But man, Tarek, only one to break into 27 so far. Everyone else is sitting around 29s for some of them. So Tarek's gaining almost a second on some of them.
Well, pick up your race leader once again, Ashton Peck, kart number 11, ahead of kart number 17.
Otis Newman doing a really strong job, sitting up in second, probably one of the highest positions I've seen him in all weekend.
Oh, just as we say that, things have changed. Ashton Peck in the pits.
Yeah,
so can Tarek take advantage?
Look, I'm finally looking forward to it. Sitting in second right now, he's doing quite well. Obviously, Ashton's still got a pit.
Well, he doesn't need a second invitation, does he, Tarek?
No, as I said, he's got more than enough lap time to spare around here. It's just, can he find the gap? And right now he's got a really nice, he's coming up to a little bit of a gaggle of car, but if he can get past those, he'll have a real nice open cut to the end.
Whoa, look at that. The fastest lap time again. 27.516 for Tarek in second place.
Yeah,
he's
fantastic.
just 16 seconds behind Ashton Peck, but I'd suggest Ashton Peck a pit stop behind.
Oh, I think that Tariq's stepping up a whole other level because of 27.5. Levi Cavill's trying to counter with a 27.6, but a 27.5, that's really fast on Tariq. I don't think anyone's catching him tonight. Tariq's probably going to be the winner of this race.
Oh, pretty tight battle going through turns 3 and 4 there.
Yeah, definitely that's a tight little battle going on there. It looks like Tariq's also got himself caught up in that, so the quicker he can get out of that battle and get back into the clear air, the better it's going to be for his chance of winning this race.
Okay, we pick up your race leader. It is still kart number 11, Ashton Peck, from kart number 14, Tarek.
And 11's coming into pits now, so Ashton Peck's coming into the pits, and Tariq's just gone flying by.
Well,
Levi Cavill's in the lead.
Levi Cavill, where did he come from? Nelson.
He was in that gaggle of pack that Tariq got caught up in, so looks like Levi was able to take an opportunity and pounce and cut through, and while Tariq got stuck behind in the pack, so Tariq's lost the lead to Levi here. Had a strong command of this potential race, but Levi Cavill just quicker to cut through. Levi's a lighter driver than Tariq, so he probably had an advantage in the tighter, twistier parts where he's lighter and can turn faster.
You're saying Levi is lighter than Tarek?
Yeah, Levi's quite short and a lot younger, so Levi's a young...
Oh, here we go, big passing manoeuvre into turn 4. Now side by side.
And that's holding them up, and that's giving Tariq the perfect opportunity to come around the outside. They're 3-1 to the corner, but Tariq's got a perfect chance to pass Levi here.
Oh my goodness, that was Danielle, I think. Danielle Peck getting in the action.
Yeah, she just caught up in the moment, and that's just given Tariq the perfect opportunity. Levi's still in the lead, holding it, but Tariq's coming up behind him.
Oh, it's all pretty tight at the front of the field. Levi Cavill, your race leader from Tarek. And third place is Danielle Peck.
Only half a second between the two of them, and they're both just sort of walking away from the competition. It's between Levi and Tariq for this race win. Only half a second between them. Who can come out on top?
Yeah, still the fastest lap to Tarek at 27.54.
1 minute 20 to go, and Tariq is pushing and giving it how this race for the battle of the leaders is an absolutely epic one between Levi and Tariq.
Well, the gap between our two leaders is just half a second. There's a coat of paint between them.
Tariq just gained a whole bunch of time on Levi in that middle section. He's now right up on his bumper. He went from a few kart lengths behind to now just being literally side by side to him. Looks like Tariq's going to pass him out on the outside, but he dives in onto the end. Levi says no thank you and closes the door there, blocks off the inside, and Tariq has to go wide. He's got a little bit loose in there.
Oh no, Tarek got a good ride out of turn 1, and is closed up again on our race leader, Levi Cavill.
Yeah, we've only 30 seconds left on the clock. What can Tariq do? How's he going to get past Levi in this last few seconds of the race?
Well, these two are completely dominating this race. Just 27 seconds to go, so they'll be on their penultimate lap.
Tariq's giving it everything. I don't think he can get any lower in that car. He's shaking his head. He thinks he can't do it, but he's just got to get one more opportunity, one more lap to pass Levi. What can he do onto the next section? He's going to take a dive.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's just done a 27.49, and Levi Cavill a 27.62. Nothing in it.
Yeah, they're both giving it hell for guns, but these two are really, really fast. Look at the
checkered flag.
Look at
the checkered flag. So Levi Cavill has just held off Tarek by the slimmest of margins, 0.4 of a second.
There was nothing in that. Both of them were giving howls there. That was a fantastic showing from both of them. Levi's first win of the night, and Tariq so close, but fantastic showing from both of them. That was an insane race from both of them.
Well, Levi managed to get the monkey off his back. So it was Levi Cavill, your race winner, in kart number 3. Second place to Tarek in kart number 14. Then we go back to Danielle Peck in third place.
Wow, fantastic rule. And while we've got in between the sessions, good opportunity to explain. We've had a slight little tweak in the rules. Obviously, we reserve the right to change the rules at any time, especially when learning new things about this event at this track. And so we've got an update here from Nick, so if everyone can tune in and listen, this is an important update.
Yeah, We've made a call on the red light rule for qualifying. Obviously, we had a near miss out on the track before. So for the rest of qualifying, there won't be any red lights, other than at the end of the race when we want you to return to the pit. We expect you to respect the yellow lights though and slow down so our track staff and the drivers that are in a crash are safe. Yeah, but no red lights until once we get to the finals. We'll revisit it and we'll talk to everyone about the rules for finals.
Okay, just quickly running through the order of that race. Levi Campbell, the race winner from Turek in second. Then we go back to Danielle Peck in third. Ashton Peck in fourth place. Hollis Newman slipped back to fifth. And Asher Freeman back there in sixth place overall.
Yeah, fantastic result from there. Obviously a little bit of an early incident, so yeah, no more red lights for the rest of the qualifying heats if everyone heard that. So there's going to be no more reds, we're just going to run yellows, which is just able to keep the race safe and keep it moving, and then tomorrow we'll reassess how we're going to be running those coming into the finals, but just trying to keep everyone safe and everyone happy, and so yeah, adjusting the rules as we go. But fantastic showing from Otis again into a top 4 finish, so good job from Otis.
Well, we now move on to race number 38. It is the heavyweights, the 100 kg plus, and this is going to be an exciting race. Dan Kennelly, I think, is out there, the former 1NZ. Card number 17. But the race order, in grid 1, we have card number 14 is Ryan Smythe. In grid 2, from cart number 6, that is Andrew Barber. In grid 3, it is cart number 13, Stephen Martin. Grid 4, we see cart number 11, Kerry Jansen. Grid 5 is cart 20, Craig Lacombe. In grid 6 is cart 16, that's Steve Local. In grid 7, we have cart number 19, and that's Shamil Archishell. In grid 8 is cart number 3, and that's a dual Rakib. And grid 9 we have cart number 5, Stephen Lee. Grid 10, rounding out the top 10 grid positions, is Ryan Gron in cart number 21.
And just before we get the race started for the next one, we've got Otis here, who came 4th in the last race. Obviously we've already talked to the podium finishers already, so Otis, how was that race for you, man?
It was pretty good.
Strong finish in the top 4. You got a top 4 in the previous round, right? So consistently in that top 4, looks like you're getting up there in that pack. I talked to you earlier. You're saying that you've been here a couple of times, but not much.
No, it's like second time here.
So how are you picking it up so quickly? Like how much motorsport experience do you have already?
Not much. I've done quite a bit of sim racing in like my past, but yeah, not much actual motorsport.
Well, it's really impressive. You've picked it up really quickly. There's a lot of fast people around from the nation, a lot of young kids that are performing really, really well, and you're keeping up with them. You're going to give them a try and give them a run for their money in the semi-finals and the finals and just prove what you can do?
Yeah, definitely. Like, I reckon I've got the pace, so just see how it goes.
And what's the hardest part about the racing so far that you're finding that's stopping you from getting into that top 3 and that podium finish?
Just the overtaking. It's real hard to get around some of the people. Just find in the car where you want to go.
Going around asking all the other guys what's their secrets, how they're doing it, where's the tips?
No, but I should be.
Yeah, definitely get onto that one. Well, Otis, hopefully we get to talk to you on a podium at some point soon, but congratulations, a good finish from you. Consistent finishes, doing a really strong job. While we're off for our race,
Our heavyweight division out there at the moment, and your race leader is Ryan Smythe. Clean pair of heels at the moment. We've got 1 or 2 coming into the pits. Cart number 3.
yeah, and Andrew Barber's another consistent one, really, really strong. Got to keep an eye out for Ryan Gruen. He's been dominant in this series. And Kerry Jansen as well, really, really strong. So some big people up the top. Fast people up the top. And Dan Kennelly also doing strong in 11th.
Well, Dan Kennelly got a terrible start and slipped back to second last. So pick up your race leader. Things have actually closed up. It looks like Andrew Barber.
There was a big almost spin. Oh, we're going to spin in the pit lane. We've got 2 cars. Oh, they've almost hit the lights. Okay, that's got to be a yellow. That's blocking the pit lane. He's not going to be able to get moving again. Ryan Gruen's in the pits at the same time. This is causing carnage again, coming in too fast into the pit lane. Drivers need to slow down for that pit. trying to come in and nail it, and he's ended up completely spinning and getting himself stuck. He's ruined his own race just from coming too fast.
Oh, things just turned to custard for him there as he entered the pit lane.
Yeah, super dangerous, obviously. Bad position to be in, but self-made, just coming in too fast and just locking up the tyres, so he might have a penalty coming his way. That was...
Well, he's lost a lot of time, and now he's got to do another complete pit stop.
Totally, and that was car 10 years. So he's got to take another attempt at that pit stop, but he'll be right down the end. That was Hamish Cleland.
Well, you pick up your race leader. It is car 14, Ryan Smythe. Andrew Barber on his hammer though, just 0.4 of a second between them.
Yeah, and I mean, Ryan Groen was probably the biggest benefactor of that whole entire situation, because he got into the pits before the guy spun, and then he's gone to do a second pit stop, so now he's done 2 pit stops, Ryan Groen.
Oh, it's either raining or it's pouring.
Yeah, lots going on. Everyone's pushing very hard, but obviously with the changing temperature, people are realising there's not as much grip as they once used to have. The engine's got more power, but there's less grip out there.
It's either a feast or a famine.
Yeah, and the Ducks come in for his pit stop.
He do duck in, of course that's a popular restaurant in Christchurch.
He just ducked in, really.
Okay, car 12 also in the pit lane there. Car number 12, can't see him on the list.
Dan Kennelly's made his way up to 4th, so that's a good result from Dan, starting so further back in the grid. Good opportunity to make some positions here for Dan Kelly.
Well, he had a bit of an issue in that first lap, got a very bad start, slipped back to second last. But I tell you what, never give up. Look at his head, you see he's up to second. Second, Dan Kennelly, the former 1NZ in this class.
Yeah, and Kerry Jansen's doing very well as well. He was someone that was strong in the points this morning, but fell a little bit back in the heats earlier today, but now making his way back up into this race, so doing a good job. Ryan Groen, who we know is the first of the 2 pit stops done in 13.
Well, we've got our race leader, Ryan Smythe, in the pits. And just pulling out of the pits, will this allow Dan Kennelly to take the lead?
Got to imagine so, but we've got to wait for the lap to complete to see who's taken over. But yeah, got to imagine this is advantage Dan Kennelly.
No, that was a good pit stop from Ryan Smythe, because he's still 4.1 seconds ahead of Dan Kennelly, sitting there in second. And then Dan's arch rival back there in third, Andrew Barber from Taronga.
Yeah, strong starting from both of them. Dan yet to pit. But yeah, moving his way through the grid. Good to see him up in second. Andrew Barber in third. Another strong competitor, so good opportunity for Andrew Barber to score big points tonight. Ryan Groen finding himself down in 9th, next to Kerry Jansen in 8th.
But look at Ryan Groen, he's back there in 9th place overall. Now he's coming to this race, I think, first overall on points.
Yeah, he's been really strong. Weight vest, obviously, so he's going up in a category, but he's been good in this category. He's been good in his category without his weight vest, even though he's 10 kgs over the minimum weight. So clearly a very fast peddler.
New race leader, Dan Kennelly from Christchurch.
Yeah, one would have to assume that's because Dan hasn't pitted, and now Ryan's done both of his pits, and so has Andrew Barber.
Well, Dan with a handy lead out there at the moment, 13.2 seconds from Ryan Smythe, our early race leader, and Andrew Barber there in 3rd place in kart number 6. Kerry Jansen back in 4th in kart number 11, and then the 21 kart of Ryan Groen.
Yeah, Dan Kennelly getting a strong lead, building up a gap. He's increased his lead by 3 seconds, so was ahead by 13 seconds, now ahead by 16. So putting the lead down and just starting to eke out that gap a little bit more.
Well, past the lap time to Dan Kennelly, a 28.94.
And he's just come in for his pits, so Dan Kennelly in the pits now, finally really able to, he's got a strong lead. Can he do it? Can he win?
Of course he can, he's from Christchurch.
Well, it'll be easy to get him in here to do an interview afterwards, because he's got to come in anyway for a commentary.
Well, Ryan Smythe still sitting there in 2nd place, and we'll just have a look at the gap between himself and Dan Kennelly.
Yeah, Dan Kennelly, Ryan Smythe, and Andrew Barber, and Kerry Jansen, and Ryan Groen, top 5, consistently always performing.
I'll tell you what, Dan Kennelly has got a lead of 17 seconds over Ryan Smythe.
Which which is crazy considering he had a 16-second gap before he pitted, so he's done his pits and increased his lead. Now he's in for the pits. Let's see how much of a gap he has after his pits.
Well, this would be pretty tight, I'd suggest. Ryan Smythe will be trying to close that gap down, but I think Dan's done enough to hold the lead. It's a masterclass drive here from Dan Canale.
Yeah, he's done a really good job. Really showed why he's won this in past events. A really, really strong competitor. But it's still going to be very, very tight between Dan and Ryan. Very short gap between them. Kerry's also joining that pack, and so is Ryan Groom.
Well, we've got 1 minute to go and 4-second lead. My money would be on Dan Canale for this one.
I'm going to put my money on Ryan Smythe. I think that he's maybe a fraction ahead, but we'll see in a second.
Is this where you shave your hair off?
Yeah, I'll do that. Got no issue with that bet.
You hear it right here.
Coming tomorrow clean shaven if I lose this race. I'm actually really tired. I don't want to go too late tonight.
Okay, Dan Canale with just 34 seconds, so they may be on their penultimate lap. And looking at that gap, it's come down. Ryan Smythe, sorry, a 1.5 second gap now. He's closed it down from 4 seconds.
Yeah, and if you look at the lap times, Dan Canale's also got the fastest lap, so he's got a 28.8. His last lap was a 28.9. Everyone else is sitting in the 29 seconds except for what looks to be Malchi. He also did a 28. Ryan also did a 28, but everyone else is in the 29, so those three sitting the fastest laps, but Dan Canale consistently the fastest.
And here comes the checkered flag for Dan Canale. Your race winner in second place will be Ryan Smythe, and back in third should be Kerry Jansen.
Yeah, really good job from Dan. Strong showing, and a really good race.
Well, the computer will readjust in a minute, and we'll have those placings to you as soon as we get them. So Ryan Smith, no, that's not correct.
You're noticing now it's getting dark, the lights have come on at the track, so we're transitioning into night mode now. Visibility is going to be a little bit harder to see.
Here is Dan Canale, your race winner. Congratulations, give it up for Dan Canale. Second place to Ryan Smythe, third place to Kerry Jansen. Back there in fourth it was Michelle Mahoney, and Ryan Graham back there in fifth, just ahead of Andrew Barber.
Quite funny when Dan came in, I think I heard a swear word out of him. I think he thought he didn't win that race, and then all of a sudden he's going to come in and realise he did, so maybe not, hasn't got the news yet that he's won the race.
I'll tell you what, these drivers should have their theme songs.
Totally playing in the background. We could do national anthem, but
we actually ask Dan what his theme song would be.
It's a lot of Kiwi anthems if we do the Kiwi anthem for every race win. Just a reminder to all the competitors not to turn off their carts when they come into pit lane. They're not responsible for that. We, the track marshals, can handle that. So if you're finishing up the race, don't turn off the cart motors, please, at the end of the race. Thank you very much. That's appreciated from the track marshals.
Well, here is Dan the Man, 1NZ.
I told you didn't think you won, but you did.
I honestly can't believe it. I'm flabbergasted. The boys in the pit entry from Christchurch were holding up fingers for number one. I was like, no way. 13th. I started 13th. How the hell did that happen?
You just were fast, mate. You just went fast. You were nearly half a second faster than most of the competitors out there. So just consistently putting it together. Maybe you got a good kart. We'll find out. But you did really well. You got the win, Dan.
28.8 seconds.
Wow, that's insane. I don't think it's the car because I'm all talent.
Well, it'd be good to talk to Kerry as well. Kerry had a good, or Ryan Smythe, because Ryan Smythe had a really good performance as well. I haven't had a chat with him before, so good job from Ryan, good job from Dan and Kerry. That's going to be good for Kerry in the points.
Excellent stuff. And the next race we move into. Okay, just looking at the program. Race number 39 is for 85 kg to 99.9 kg, and it is Group 1, heat number 5. And we'll get the starting order to you. And off grid 1 is kart number 17, Daniel Douglas. Off grid 2 is kart number 12, Liam Curran. Off grid 3 is kart number 21, Lloyd McLaughlin. Off grid 4 is car number 20, Kirk Vosper. Off grid 5, doing double duty this meeting, car number 7, Ryan Grom. Off grid 6 is car number 3, Reese Jordan. Off grid 7, car number 9, Nick Holt. Off grid 8 is car number 14, Craig Sullivan. Off grid number 9 is car number 11, Mitchell Sompan. Off grid 10 is car number 6, Andrew Barber. Off grid 11 is car number 18, Adam Jenkin. Off grid 12 is car number 16, Blake Skinner. Off grid 13 is car number 5, it is Quan Tong. Off grid 14 is car number 13, Andrew Billington. Off grid 14, watch out for this one, car number 19 is Joseph Mayo from Wellington. And off grid 16 is car number 10,
Wojciech, Chris Wojciech. I'm sorry, I'm butchering that name. There's a reason why he passed the mic to me to do that. But you know what? I won't butcher Kelly Jansen's name. Or I will. But how was that job, Kelly? How was that race?
That was an awesome race. Yeah, really enjoyed that. Came out with a reasonably good grid position and yeah, made up one place. It was good. One of my good races.
Well, you had a good showing last night. You were strong in the championship points when you came in this morning. Obviously, a few different heats in. How are you going so far?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. I had a nightmare on my second heat race yesterday and had a spin. But yeah, coming back now. So yeah, loving it.
And how you enjoying the Ace track so far?
Oh, this is my home track. So Auckland boy, race here. So Ace is a really great track. Enjoying it.
And so you're enjoying the racing so far tonight? Looking forward to the semi-finals tomorrow?
Yeah, loving it, loving it. It's really competitive racing. There's lots of good racing out there. Everybody's driving really well. Nobody's been a dick, so it's really good.
All right, well, thank you so much, Kerry, for coming by. Great to chat to you. Now we're into the race results. What's going on?
Daniel Douglas is doing the business out front from Lloyd McLaughlin and Kirk Vesper. We've got a couple in the pits here, cart number 12 and cart number 17, is it?
Yeah, well, you've got to imagine Daniel Douglas is a lethal weapon in this category. Same with Ryan Gron. He's also a lethal weapon in this category. There's a lot of big hitters in this one. It'll be interesting to see how it comes out.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's a lot of weapons in this one.
Yeah, it's a really competitive category, and everyone's really, really fast. These guys are dominant across categories, so you know that it's skill and talent as why they're winning, not just because of their weight.
It's a bit hard to pick up the numbers, but that looks like cart number 3 in the pits as well as cart number 18. And that's your mate, Adam Jenkins.
Yeah, Adam sort of let the cat out of the bag that he used to be the track marshal here, and he's got probably more track experience than almost anyone racing in this event. Adam was the one that ran this track for a very long time, so definitely a sleeping agent in this sort of category. He sort of kept it a little bit low-key when he entered, but yeah, lots of track experience from Adam.
Oh, he's keeping it under the old table. But Daniel Douglas is your race leader, cart number 17. He's followed by the 21 of Lloyd McLaughlin. And sitting back there in third place, Kirk Vesper in cart number 20. Craig Sullivan in cart number 14. And then we can move back to cart number 16, Blake Skinner. And behind him you've got Andrew Barber.
Yeah, and Daniel Douglas is a lethal weapon in this category. He's just dropped down because he's just done his pits now, but don't underestimate him. I think he's going to be really, really strong. He's motivated. He's pushing that cart like crazy. He wants to get it going. Daniel Douglas wants to get back out and racing.
Well, your race leader now, Lloyd McLaughlin. He's only got half a second ahead of Kirk Vosper. I'll tell you what, you wouldn't want Kirk Vosper on your tail for too long.
No, you wouldn't, and I'll tell you else who you wouldn't want on your tail for too long. Adam Jenkins, who's just come in and done his second pit stop. Adam's getting both his pit stops done early. It's something he's been doing all weekend long. See if that strategy works well for him in this race.
And also coming in the pits is cart number 9. And that is Reese Jordan. I think he must have a relation playing in the All Blacks tonight.
Possibly. And you know who else has just come in? Daniel Douglas. Still trying to get both his pit stops done, moving that thing like crazy. I see he's taking his jumper off between the races. So interesting. Got colder, decided I need less layers. So Daniel Douglas got some sort of strategy there, I think.
Well, we were talking about Kirk Vosper before, and he has taken the lead in cart number 20. Sitting there in second place, it is cart number 6. Andrew Barber, and back there in third place, car 21, Lloyd McLaughlin.
Yeah, and I'll tell you who's working his way up the grid. Ryan Grant working his way from the back of the grid up to fourth place, just jumped from seventh as he passed through the pit lanes. Hasn't taken his pits yet, but he's still a very fast driver.
I would almost put money on the fact that Ryan Graham will be a podium finisher in this one.
Would you bet your hair on it?
No, my hair is too precious.
There you go. Someone who has a backbone not to get their hair cut off if they lose. But yeah, Ryan's made his way up to fourth, just behind of Andrew Barber, but doing a fantastic job. Craig Sullivan up in third, Lloyd McLaughlin in second, and your current race leader, Kirk Vosper.
Poor Ryan Graham, he's just done a pit stop and he's dropped back to seventh.
Yeah, these pits you lose a lot of time in the pits, so it's really important to get them done. But yeah, it hugely moves you back into the field position.
I'll tell you one who's way back in the field, just on a pit stop just then, is Joseph Mayo. Of course, a race winner last start for Joseph.
Yeah,
and he's back there in, 13th place overall.
Yeah, and another one, that Wellington group of boys that's been performing well all weekend long. But yeah, Joseph Mayo obviously hunting for a second win of the night. Let's see if he can do throughout the rest of the race.
Well, we've just got just over 3 minutes to go on this one, and Lloyd McLaughlin now is your race leader, ahead of Kirk Vosper. We'll just have a look at the gap between first and second. It is 4 seconds. So that's daylight between first and second. It's not exactly daylight out there at the moment.
No, it's kind of the opposite of daylight. But you know what is a lot brighter? Our commentary box now. We've got an upgrade from yesterday. We've got a light so we can actually see things tonight.
I see, said the blind man. Back to the front of the field. Lloyd McLaughlin leading at this stage from Kirk Vosper. Craig Sullivan, he's now moved up to third, just ahead of Andrew Barber. But just as I say it, Craig Sullivan actually moves into second place, ahead of Kirk Vosper.
Yeah, doing a fantastic job there. Very close battle between Lloyd and Craig right now, and Daniel Douglas working his way up to that podium. So your hair would be safe had you taken that bet.
Well, just over 2 minutes to go. Race leader still Lloyd McLaughlin. He's got a healthy lead of 5.5 seconds, so he's pulling away from the likes of Craig Sullivan and Daniel Douglas now up to third, ahead of Liam Groen. The cream's starting to rise to the crop here in this one.
Yeah, well, I'll bring in the championship into picture right now. Ryan Groen on 244 points, followed very, very closely by Craig Buckley on 222, followed by Dan Kennelly on 222, and then followed by Andrew Barber on 212. So,
well, I'll tell you what, you can just about throw the points out the window at this stage because Craig Sullivan is making a mockery of them.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I just realised that was for the previous round. But in this round, obviously a much bigger category, a lot more heats. So position is not just about who you're racing in this one, but also who you're racing in other groups.
But things have turned because Daniel Douglas, he's doing it again, out front once again. Fastest lap of a 28.56, but going a wee bit quicker. Liam Curran, we haven't talked too much about him this competition. A 28.13, that's fair flying.
Yeah, you got to say Adam Jenkins is probably the one that's the biggest loser in this, falling down to ninth. He's second in the championship right now, so falling into ninth is not going to be a good lot of points for him. Frank Gilbert might have an opportunity, but he hasn't really moved forward, but we'll see how he does in his next race.
Oh, it could be good night nurse for Adam Jenkins' points tally then.
Yeah, but Ryan Groen scoring good points tonight, so good opportunity for him coming in third.
Well, we've only got 50 seconds left, so they'll be on the last couple of laps. They'll pick up your race leader. It is Liam Curran in cart number 12, ahead of Daniel Douglas now in cart 17, and Ryan Graham sitting there in third. Still the fastest lap, a 28.1 at this stage from Liam Curran, our current race leader. So the checkered flag will come out next time around. Liam Curran, your race leader, cart number 12, followed by cart number 17, Daniel Douglas, and cart number 7, Ryan Graham. And that checkered flag about to be waved very, very shortly.
Yeah, and this is going to be a great result for Liam. Daniel Douglas only able to make it to second, but Liam having a great race. Good opportunity.
There goes the checker flag. There goes the checker flag. There's Liam Curran, your race winner from Daniel Douglas. And back there in third was Ryan Graham, and a good drive from early race leader Lloyd McLaughlin.
Yeah, fantastic race from Liam. Great result for him. Good opportunity to strike while the iron's hot and have a good opportunity to finish in a strong position, so that will be great for him in terms of championship points.
Back there in fifth place was Kirk Vosper, ahead of Craig Sullivan and Blake Skinner. Looks like the fastest lap there. It was a sizzling 27.9 to our race winner, Liam Curran. Now that name rings a bell. That's a karting name, I'm sure.
We might have a good opportunity to talk to Liam after this race because, yeah, strong result from him and kart 12.
Well, what an action-packed race that was, and Liam Curran coming to the fore. I like his profile. I think he's going to have a few arguments with Lance Somerville about this one. So can we have Liam Curran? He can come in, he can do the do-duck-in sort of thing.
Yeah, and scoring 64 points, so that's a good result for him. Where would that move him in the championship? Well, he's way down in the championship. Look at that. He's only got 180 points, so that's going to be a huge points haul. Probably move him way up on the board. 64 points going to be a good job for Liam.
Yes, Liam Curran. We can have Liam Curran to the commentary box, please.
Yeah, Liam Curran, the race winner of this round, beating out Daniel Douglas. Congratulations, Liam. How was that?
Oh my God, it just feels good to win one, man. It's been a rough couple of days. I've had a couple of finishes where I feel like I could have done better, but yeah, that one takes the cake. That one takes the cake.
Liam, do you have a bit of a motorsport background?
Only in sim racing. I've been sim racing for probably a better part of 5 years, but I started coming out karting here probably last April, and it's just been a regular since. But aside from that, nothing else.
Excellent stuff there, Liam Curran.
Well, it was a fantastic result from you. What was I mean, obviously that race was a bit chaotic, but there were some big fast finishes behind you. Obviously, Daniel chasing you down. You had Ryan Gruen as well, who's been dominating this category. And the championship, you're sort of sitting in the mid-pack, but 64 points, that's going to be huge for you. How's that going to do coming into the semi-finals, coming straight up?
Oh, it's going to be massive. I came into this trying to aim for top 10, just really guarantee that final. But yeah, to make that win really makes that big difference. I'm really, really, really stoked about it. Yeah.
Well, congratulations, Liam. You're now officially a race winner here at IORK 2025.
And you've got to be proud of that lap time, 27.9.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, looks like we've got the next race out on the program. And it is race number 40 by my accounts. 85 to 99.9, heat number 5, group 2. And we've got 3NZ in the commentary booth now with 2NZ. Would you like to run through the grid order there, 3NZ?
Fantastic. So the boys lining up right now is David Cara Wheeler and number 9, Oscar Grant 17, Stuart Hooper 7, David Court and number 20. 5th position is Max G, number 16. Position 6, Shane Moore in kart 18. 7th is Josiah Armstrong next to Callum Burkett. Position 9, Mike Robertson, Frank Gilbert in 10th, Ben Lane in lucky number 5, and Josh Bailey, position 12, kart number 21, and lucky 13, Matt Curtis from Phil Elsford and Josh Dowd.
Okay, have you got a prediction in this one? You got a favourite?
It's pretty tricky. Phil Elsford's been doing pretty good tonight. I am hoping it is going to be one of the Taringa boys who gets up the front. But they've got a bit of work to do with those grid draws.
Well, my pick would be Frank Gilbert, but he's, as you say, he's got a fair bit of work to do from grid 10. Another quick one out there is kart number 20, David Court.
Yeah, and I think we've seen a few shock wins. Like, obviously, we had Daniel. Dan didn't think that he had done that well, and then comes out and goes, "Oh my God, I've won that race." Then we come into Liam. Liam comes out going, "Oh my God, I can't believe I won that race." We're seeing a lot of upsets going on in these last two heats, changing conditions. Are we going to see a different race winner in this one as well?
Well, let's hope so. Let's mix it up. Let's get those points amped up for the finals. They have quite a good spread of talent out there.
Well, it is the calm before the storm. We're about to go racing in the second group for the 85 to 99.9. Sounds like a radio station, doesn't it? Okay, away are racing. Into turn one they go, and our race leader, David Carra. Oh, there's a big manoeuvre there, the second place driver, which was Stuart Hooper. Just tried to make a move there on David Carra Wheeler. So now David Carra Wheeler's got a good lead, but he comes into the pits. Ooh. So we got a couple of, four drivers doing pit stops. This will be a double stack. Oh no.
As the rest of the field goes around the spotlight.
Oh, just picking up your race leader is Max. No, it is not Max Verstappen. It is Max.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, I can't even say it. See?
Gravenhorst from David Court and Shane Moore. Now see, Joshua Bailey snuck up into 4th position there. So that could be a good early pit strategy for him.
Well, one to watch there in 5th place, Ben Lane. Because he was one of the naughty boys, I believe, Ben Lane.
Yeah, so Josh in 4th position is actually 4th in the championship as well. Ahead of him is Frank Gilbert by a few points, and Frank's just done a pit stop previously. And of course Ryan and Adam are the top of the points in this category.
There's cart number 9 just exiting the pits.
I am noticing a few different lines into turn 3 around the spotlight there. People are trying to mix it up. It is quite hard to get past through there. And if you can get your nose in front of someone going into that sweeper, it means you can get ahead of them along the back straight.
Talking of noses, we've got cart number 17 in the pit lane now. And that is Oscar Grant.
Josh Bailey in for another pit stop there. So he's pitting from 8th.
So race leader is still Max out in front, ahead of David Court, then back to Shane Moore, Ben Lane and Phil Alsford. Michael Robinson sitting there in 6th, ahead of Josh Dowds. Just having a look at the quickest lap times here. Our race leader is doing a 28.6. That's Max once again.
Oh, here we go. Josh Bailey in for the second pit stop, so must have miscounted that. And cart number 11 is Callum Burkett. Special mention there, number 11, is Denny Hamlin from NASCAR's race car number. And Callum really doesn't like Denny Hamlin. So there we go. There's some poetic justice for you.
So I take it Callum is a driver from Tauranga?
Yes, yep. So Callum's part of the Bay Kart Super Crew up here at Ace Motorsport today.
So is our man Max out front. Fastest lap time of 28.7. In fact, he's just gone quicker. He's just done a 28.63.
Kart 5 was a little bit out of control coming into the pit lane there.
Well, David Court now in 2nd place in cart number 20, and cart number 13, David Robinson, sits there in 3rd, but watch out, Frank Gilbert now in cart number 12, he was my pick, up to 4th place.
We still have a mid-pack battle going on around Josh Bailey, David Carra, Callum Burkett and Oscar Grant. The rest of the field's pretty well spread around the track as Callum's trying to make a space that possibly wasn't there, but gets it done. and we're going to see if he can capitalise on that coming into the sweeper. That little group of 4 karts, will he be at the front by the end of the back straight?
Oh, this little quartet. Oh, look at that, they're free wide. Free wide down the back straight.
Someone's got a real good run around the outside there, but didn't convert it.
Into turn 1 they go, into turn 2. And they're all line astern at the moment, but not for long, I'd suggest. So pick up your race leader once again. It is kart number 20. David Court now taking over the lead from Michael Robinson in kart number 13. In third place at the moment is kart number 16. It's Max from Frank Gilbert, still there in 4th place. And just having a look at the gap between 1st and 2nd.
And I think Oscar Grant just made a position on Callum through 2 and 3. We have kart number 13 in the lane now, which is Michael Robinson. Now this battle quartet here is actually caught up with another 2 fast karts. So we're going to have a 6-kart gaggle here, which could get a little bit messy as the front 2 karts are running tight together. They don't have to concede their positions so long as they drive. Oh, there's a bit of to and fro right there.
Messy could be the understatement.
And who has emerged the victor in that white helmet? Have no idea from this distance.
So you pick up your race leader, David Court, still your race leader.
Oh, it's Callum. How beautiful is that?
Max is sitting there in 2nd, and Frank Gilbert now up to 3rd in kart number 12. Then back to Joshua Bailey in kart number 21, and your mate, kart number 11, Callum Beckett.
So I think a lot of the field have done all of their pit stops, which is fortunate because we only have a minute and a half left. But man, that time flies really quickly. So all those battles out there are for position, and no one is wanting to give them up.
Oh, they're not giving an inch, look at that. They're almost free wide.
Yeah, that was a pretty smooth move around the outside, and I think he gets it done.
Oh, great stuff.
I have no idea who it is because everyone's got black helmets.
There's a bit of a blackout as they come onto the front back straight. And they're all line astern at this stage, but not for long. And there's David Court, your race leader, kart number 20 from Max. And kart number 16, then back to Frank Gilbert, kart number 12, and Joshua Bailey, Callum Beckett.
Very, very late stop from kart number 20. David Court pitting from the lead with 38 seconds to go. Oh, that is going to cost him. He does not have enough of a gap to make that stick.
His race will be turned to custard now. And pick up your race leader. It is now Max. Has gone way into the front once again. Fastest lap of a 28.6. Frank Gilbert now up to 2nd place in kart number 14. And the gap
side
is
by
only
side.
0.2 of a second. And I'll tell you what, there's only about a lap to go. This one's going to go down to the wire.
The flag's out.
Oh, the flag is out, so it's going to be a win to Max from Frank Gilbert and Joshua Bailey.
And just keep an eye on these guys for any post-race mischievousness. Sometimes it's easier to punt someone after the checkered flag than during the race and think get away with it, but no, marshals are watching closely.
So just going through the field there, your race winner, Max G. In 2nd place was Frank Gilbert. 3rd place to Joshua Bailey. Then back to David Court. Callum Beckham from Tauranga in 5th position. Then we go back to David Kara. Wheeler.
Yep. Oscar Grant in 7th, Ben Lane in 8th, Phil Elsford 9th, Mike Robinson in 10th.
I tell you what, this is really going to mix up the points.
Well, your prediction was pretty spot on, actually. You said Frank would do well, and he did. He drove through the field like very, very controlled. I was surprised.
Well, all the way from grid 10 right up to 2nd place.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
But we do have a new race winner in Max.
Oh, Max G.
But look at that lap time from Frank Gilbert at 27.93. He'll be wrapped with that, very similar to the lap time that our last race winner did.
What car number was it?
Race winner was kart number 16. So could we have Max to the commentary booth? Max G to the commentary booth, please. This must be Max G coming. It's safer for us to say Max G.
Yeah, we can't Congratulations, Max, you won that race. Tell us, how do you pronounce your surname?
Grabenhorst.
Fantastic. And how does it feel to take...
Max G is great.
Listen, you drove really well out there from our point of view. How do you feel that race went?
Yeah, I think it went pretty well. Strong competition, like very, very close at the end. I think like a half a cart length or something, but yeah, it was like amazing, yeah.
So 0.2 of a second was the margin. 0.2, wow. Yeah. With your pit strategy, did you know before the race when you were going to come into the pit?
No. I just had clean air, was just going, and then I just tried to pit as late as possible and to just drive out like a gap, and yeah.
We saw there's a lot of tight racing out there. Do you think you've been raced fairly in that heat?
Oh yeah, I think so. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Lovely. And
Okay, Max, I've got a random question for you here. Who's going to win the Bledisloe Cup?
The what?
Bledisloe Cup.
No one follows rugby, Sid.
I don't know.
You're supposed to say the All Blacks.
Yeah, the All Blacks.
Oh, yes.
So congratulations, mate. You've done really well. It was awesome to see you up there.
Thank you.
And we'll see you out in the next race. Alright, so we've got another bunch of lightweights lining up. I can see Jalen Cayley. So that means we're in for the under 85 kilo class.
Is that the 70 to 85?
That could be the one, indeed.
We'll just check that out.
I'm surprised we've still got such a big field from these guys. It's quite tiring. They're all... Oh, here we go. So yeah, Toby, Ding, Bianca, Durham, Spencer, Emma, Noah, Charlie, Quaid and Jared are our top 10.
Okay, this is race number 41, heat 6 for the 69.9 kg and under. So it's a race for the pocket rockets. And just going through the grid order, on grid 1 we have kart number 12, Toby Wainwright. Grid 2 is kart number 20, that's Ding Zhou. In grid 3 it's kart number 17, Bianca Tippina. In grid 4 we have kart number 5, which is Durham Jones. In grid 5 is kart number 13, Spencer Burgess. Grid 6, kart number 10, Emma Roberts. Grid 7 is kart number 18, Noah Hoy. Grid 8 is kart number 16, Charlie Keyworth. Grid 9 is kart number 21, Quade Crowther. In grid 10 we have kart number 11, Jared Wilson. Grid 11 is kart number 19, Chaplin Chan. Grid 12 is kart number 3, Billy Lee. Grid 13 is Jalen, the man with the locks. And we won't have time to get through the rest of the field, but we're away racing.
Green. So a good push through the field there. Everyone's keeping it straight, helping each other get that momentum up as we have a quick breakaway. And Jaloubi at the start there.
He got the whole shot, didn't he? Yeah, Toby Wentworth certainly run away with this, Weymouth, sorry, ran away with this one from Bianca, sitting there in second place, then go back to Ding Zhou. He'll be followed by Spencer Burgess in fourth and Durham Jones.
Oh, 2 early pits here. The 2 carts coming in straight off the bat. We've got cart 20, which I think is Ding Zhou, and cart number 9, which is... It'd be great if I screen showed all the carts. So the field's already spread out quite a lot. So some good clean pit entries at the moment. Been a lot of penalties tonight for entering the pits too fast, as kart 13 gets a red light and kart 7 gets a red light on pit entry.
Their nights have turned to custard.
Kart 11 did not.
Okay, we'll pick up your race leader. Here's Toby Weymouth. Best lap time, 27.527. He's not hanging around.
Holy crap.
Oh, we got one of the tyres over there by the looks of it.
We've got a broken kart on this track, turn 3.
Oh no, he's lost his exhaust. He is furious. Punching the steering wheel. Well, our race leader is still kart number 12, Toby Weymouth, the head of Noah Hoy. And this one, it's going to be tight between these two. You've got 2.5 second lead. And Emma Roberts, she obviously wants those locks off Jalen, because she's up to third place, doing an outstanding job ahead of Matt Buckley and Adrian Lamb, sorry, sits there in fifth place ahead of Durham Jones.
Now we've still got a strong 6 or 7 kart pack coming from the sweeper onto the back straight. They bundle up in the tight and then it stretches out down the back straight. So some of these cars have got very good straight line drivers, and a few of them can really get the handling right. Except there's some carnage. As I was saying, some drivers do really well in the corners. So if that mess sorts itself out,
Okay, looks like our man is underway again, so he'll slot somewhere in the field. But our race leader is Noah Hoy, has taken over the lead now. Fastest lap of a 28.79, that's not hanging around. Emma Roberts now up to second place. She really wants those locks off Jalen.
And so with that mechanical failure of the kart earlier, we've got some oil down in turn 9 going into turn 1. So if you watch people running the wide line, they're actually going to be running in the slippery stuff. So drivers, if you can hear this, keep to the inside. Spotters, tell your drivers to stay on the inside. Emma with a good pit stop there, number 10.
Well, Emma Roberts just drops down the field after her pit stop. She's down to 6th place now. But look at our race leader, Noah Boyle. And Toby Weymouth, he's not out of it too. Adrian Lang now up to 3rd place. I'll tell you what, they're dropping like flies.
Yellow, not red, yellow, yellow, yellow. No, we're not.
Oh no, things have really turned to custard here.
Can't have a restart with 3 minutes to go. Oh, is my mic on? Sorry.
Well, the clock is ticking. Oh, I can't understand this decision. Of course, we're racing not tiddlywinks.
It's an interesting bit of oil actually gets warm and does create some more grip eventually, but the first few people have got to wear it into the concrete. So we'll get racing underway, still under yellow. Well, the clock is still ticking on the race computer here, team, so as anyone with a helmet knows, you just keep racing. So we've got a checkered flag out, so it looks like an early race finish there. who knows, maybe we'll get to do it all over again. We're going to chuck some chalky powder down, which will create even less traction.
I'll tell you what, there's going to be controversy in this one, especially the fact that the Christchurch driver is now in front, Adrian Lang. Okay, a fair bit of controversy in this one. We'll just have to see what the officials have got to say.
Alright, so the good news is no one's got hurt, so that's good. We are going to restart this race, I'm told, from the beginning. No, don't clap. Just because you're at the back doesn't mean you get to clap.
Don't clap, Adrian Lang, you're first on the score sheet at the moment.
So you know the drill, get out, you get a new car, do the Macarena.
So just all those competitors getting out, what's going to happen is we're going to cancel this race. We'll look at rerunning it tomorrow morning. So this race has been cancelled for tonight, and we'll look at rerunning that race for tomorrow. Unfortunately, with the oil slick, we need to get the track fixed. That's going to take us a few minutes, and that might result in the race. That might result in the race not running anymore. So that race has been cancelled. No.
A bit of a driver's briefing going on here for the last group of competitors as they clean up that oil slick. And your thoughts on that one? Your thoughts on that one, 3NZ?
Yeah, so listening to it from the IORK management point of view, I understand that actually. So rerunning this race tomorrow will put everyone back on an even keel. Make sure that oil is not going to affect any of the race carts and any of the results. Probably a bit unprecedented. I don't think we've had an oil down at an IORK before, so just unfortunate that it's happened, but good that we've caught it early, and great that it's not raining. Although if we do get a shower of rain a bit later on, that's going to be exciting. So the boys are having a driver debrief over there, so we'll shut up so they can hear what... So don't forget, folks, there's food and beverages over at Lily Worlds, there's IORK merch, and all sorts of cool stuff you can spend money on.
Okay, we'll just have a look at Lance's fancy helmet here. Perhaps you can tell us a bit about this helmet, Lance. It's got bay carts on the front of it. It's also got a dead duck on the front.
So when you're a slow driver as me, you need to draw attention to yourself somehow. So you stick a duck to your helmet, and then people get confused and they let me pass. That's pretty much the theory.
I don't think Lance is that slow. Of course, a former driver in the Motor Honda Cup, and was a Civic you were driving?
Yeah, had an EG Civic that we raced at Pukekohe and Hampton Downs and things like that. So that was a lot of good fun. That was prior to having to sell all my toys and buy a race go-kart track in Mount Maunganui. But the team, there's been a lot of technicians out there spreading the sand around to soak up that oil. So it'll take a couple of minutes to get that sorted. We want to make sure there's no traces of oil out there when we start the next race in the schedule. So bear with us, folks, for a few minutes. Go grab a coffee or a beer or an IORK hoodie. So how many IORKs have you competed in so far yourself?
I've done two.
Two, yeah.
I've finished certain few were part of my pit crew that first year. I've got a bit of a lame duck of a go-kart in that final.
That's right.
Still managed to get 7th thanks to the rain.
Excellent. Rain and Nelson is always a bit of fun. I've done 2 Nelson IORKs as well. Yeah, very, very casual. So much fun.
The second one was a bit better for me. I managed to get 2 NZ, and I had a good dice of you in the final. I think we met up about 3 times.
We had a constant race. Our carts are virtually attached at the hip. So it was a very enthusiastic race, but it's made us better friends for it, hasn't it?
Well, Lance will always tell you that I was a bit lighter than him, but I'll tell you what, I've just come out of heart surgery about 2 weeks before, so I don't think that's good enough excuse for us.
You signed a waiver, mate. That was back when we had the over 40s class, wasn't it?
That's correct.
Yeah, so that's merged into the over 100 kg class, because obviously if you're over 40, you are over 100 kgs.
Hey, I'm over 40 and I'm only 85.
Oh, heck. Well, that's because you had heart surgery.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there you go. Here we go.
So this is just a message for a lot of the competitors. So I just need everyone that's competing in the next session to pay attention, all right? So focus up and listen to me, all right? In the next session, you guys are going to go out. For the first couple of laps, you're going to be on speed 2. That's our slow speed, that's a heart, like we have at the finishing of the lap. I need everyone here to nod when you understand. You were to go slow on your first couple of laps. Slow. Do not joke around or I'll pull you from this race. I'm not joking. Understand? This is situation, we want to make sure the track is safe, especially before we send you guys out, alright? So, you're going to do a couple of laps on slow speed. Once we're happy with that, the cones will come off and you will be allowed, and then we will line up the grid and you will race from there. Does everyone understand? Good job, guys. I'm going to hopefully, you guys are going to have a great race, so we want to make sure you guys are safe first, alright? I'll hand you back to commentary, guys. Thanks for bearing with us. Obviously, unique situation, but team's got it all sorted now, and hopefully we should have some safe running for the rest of the night.
This is Ash's favourite class.
So it is a fan favourite class. It's very competitive. The junior class, under 18s, a lot of experience coming into this from other categories. Normal sort of tarmac karting, bit of speedway mini stock guys out there, and sim racing is quite huge. Now it used to be like not as socially acceptable to be good at sim racing because it was sort of a nerdy video game thing. But Sid, how do you feel sim racing's affected go-karting in the modern era?
Well, you just got to look at Formula 1 actually, as a lot of the Formula 1 drivers, well, practically all of them now, use sim racing to sort of as practice.
Yeah, definitely. And so it gives them a good opportunity to get some mileage, understand how the things move.
Including Liam Lawson. In fact, he's very good on a sim, as well as Shane Van Gisbergen.
Yep.
Not a Formula 1 driver, but a NASCAR driver.
So they're going to get a multiple warm-up laps before we grid these guys up. So we just want to get these cars warmed up, make that dust go away.
So we've got the commentators 2NZ and 3NZ here at the moment, and here's 1NZ to pay his thoughts for this one.
Well, change of track conditions is an understatement. We've got oil down going into turn 1. It's offline, so no one should really be out there. You really don't want to be out there at all, so it is offline. We'll see how this goes. I hope they do get some warm-up laps to clear some of that the oil soak they've got there, just to make it a bit safer for these young guys, because this is our future. We want to look after these guys, so the best point of call would be to do a couple of warm-up laps and get some heat in that track again.
So Dan, anyone leaving pit lane is going to cross right across that dirty patch of track. So how is that going to impact the fast apex in turn 1 if we're dragging Scuttle across?
Well, it's going to make it even more interesting, isn't it? I can't comment. This is the first for IORK, especially here at Ace Motorsport. It does happen. Cars explode, especially driven to their limit like they have been for the last 2 days. We're just going to have to wait and see. Hopefully they've done a very good job of cleaning up the oil and soaking it up and brushing it away. So time will tell. Let's see what happens.
So crowd, if you want to see something exciting, get your phones ready, because after we complete that first lap racing and we go through that corner at speed, we'll see who ends up facing backwards and who makes it into turn 2.
Okay, we should get the green order up very shortly. They're about to leave pit lane now.
So we should see at least 2 or 3 warm-up laps.
So just have a look at the field. That's the previous race. So we'll just have a look at the field in a minute. And some real speedsters in this one. I think Tarek will be out in this one. And of course he's set the fastest lap time, I believe, here at IORK 2025. Okay, so some of the drivers out there leading on point. Ashton Peck on 128 points. Leonola, Megan there on 114, and then back to
Alright, here's the live update on the leaderboard. We've got Ashton Peck, 306 points. Tarek, local legend here in Auckland at 272. Leonara on 240. Levi Cavill, 274. Danielle Peck, 260. Otis Newman, 252. Ugman, just waiting for that to refresh, 238. These are not in order, because we've got Asher Freeman with 240 points. Lucas Petrie on 228. Jaden Marmot with also 228, equal with Lucas. Haley Cavill with 216. Max V, not Max Verstappen, but Max Volsper on 188. George on 180. Josiah Armstrong on 178. Malachi Maloney, 172. And Peyton Freeman with 158. So this race will be a telling sign, and hopefully this shuffles up the points going into the finals tomorrow. I think they still have, no, this is their last race to score points for their starting positions for the final tomorrow night. So
this is quite a crucial race for the young drivers.
yeah, we were talking earlier in the previous race of how karting will test their ability and put them through the paces of how to become better and faster. So this is one race that a lot of even us older guys haven't been able to achieve with oil down on the track. So it's really going to test their skill today.
Okay, we'll just see how things pan out. But my pick for this one will be Tarek. How about you there, Lance?
Oh, it's going to be tight, I reckon. Tarek does have a very good ability to get out in front and stay there. It's just going to be whether these pit stops pan out as they expect, because I reckon that dust is still going to play a factor as we drag that across. So
yeah, I believe the dust will play a factor. It will limit the grip out there, but in my experience from an indoor track on polished concrete, if you put oil out there, after about 10 laps it tacks up and it's like it's on rails, but it does tear the karts up, tears the tyres up, but geez, it's a real workout on your arms on that polished concrete.
I'll tell you what, this is going to be a flying start by the looks of it. Well, There's a whole lot of carts lined up in the back. It looks like we've got two groups. Hopefully we can get the two groups together.
Looks like the officials are still just checking on the condition of the track here. We've got IORK promoter Nick Fowler out there with Ace Motorsport Steve Broadbent and head track official Tom Tomlinson out there, and they're discussing the condition of the track. I can see them pointing a lot, and well, there you go. There's some good arm action from Fowler there. He's leaning on the cone, just having a better look at the track surface to make sure it's grippy enough to let these youngsters go. Walking a bit further down on the exit of turn 9 now to check out the entry speed and the entry line. We do have a full course yellow still in place. A few of these drivers should be at least swerving over that oil to see how much grip there is there. Look like they're waving the checkered so they can grid them up. Still a lot of pointing going on.
Oh, we've had a spin under caution on the back straight.
With no, wouldn't be the first one to do that.
No, even at the top level, when warming up a car before a race, you can end it up in the barrier.
Yes, I did.
But this should be interesting. If you're not already watching the live stream, I'll jump on now to watch this race, because this is going to be something to watch. This will go down in history, this one.
So I imagine they're going to send them round in grid order from where they stopped on the back straight, because they might have got in out of that grid order, line them up to get ready to race.
Still just waiting for our telemetry here in the commentators box to update as well. So once we've got the marshals back at their stations, I'm sure we'll get a bit more information. Right. Alright, looks like we are doing a standing starting grid. Competitors are now making their way to the grid. Let's see what I can find on another screen for the starting grid. Alright, so we've got Peyton Freeman starting in pole in kart 3, Levi in kart 18. So followed by George. No, George is scratched from the race. Tariq starting in 3rd in kart 12. Josiah, kart 8 in 5th. Jaden in kart 17 in 6th. Otis Newman in kart 11 in 7th. Agman Gill in kart 10 starting 8th. Starting in 9th is Daniel Peck in kart 6. Leonora in kart 14. Right, we'll just had a bit of a change. No, that's good. Starting in 10th in kart 20 is Lucas Petrie. And 11th is Ashton Peck, starting in kart 5. Max V in kart 13, starting 12th. Malachi starting in 13th in kart 21. Hayley Cavill starting 14th in kart 19. And Freeman in kart number 4, starting off the back. So again, this is a young field. Green flag is up. And we're racing under green conditions here. Going into turn 1. A lot of bouncing from kart 3. Kart 3's lost the lead going into turn 1. Huge lead out by the leader of the race here. Everyone's gotten through turn 1 nice and safely. Round the infield they go. Entering the back straight, they're still jostling for position. They'll sort themselves out here. This first lap coming around the straight here is going to be the one to watch.
The great thing about racing in the dark, Dan, is it just looks so much faster.
It certainly does. With the race leader coming into pit.
coming into the pit, I think they've just totally screwed it up and just going to send into the wall.
All safely through turn 1, no incidents, no loss of traction.
Yeah, not too much carnage, which is great. Couple of bumper knocks going on out there, but nobody's been turned and no one's been shunted out the way. So good, clean driving so far.
Yep.
Here comes the Stig with his white helmet. Tariq with an early pit stop.
Tariq, Jaden Marmot now a race leader in first, followed by Liana Mogan, Ashton Peck in car 5. Leaving the pits is Levi Cavill in car 11. August Newman in car 11. As they come round into turn 1 again, few opting to pit.
Quite a few. We've got a 3-cart train coming in. There's a 4th going to join the end.
Yeah, they certainly haven't learned their lesson in their 5 pre-heats about coming into the pits behind someone. Maybe they're just looking for a little bit of guidance on how to do a pit, looking for an older person to follow.
Oh, young people, mate. You can't tell them anything these days.
That's right, they've got Google, they know everything. Leonora in car 14 leading this race now, starting the 5th lap, followed by Lucas Petrie in car 20, Malachi in car 21 in 3rd, as they come across the line again. Josiah Armstrong up into 2nd, Hayley Cavill into 3rd in car 19, Lucas Petrie from Nelson in car 20. Everyone trying to get these pits done nice and early in this race.
It's possible the outcome of this race is going to be determined by when you did not do your pit stop. You see the field thinning out quite a lot.
Leonora opting to not pit early and stay out there in car 14, leading this race by 1 lap currently. Car 19 coming in.
That could prove to be a very good strategy. Car number 10's absolutely flying out there.
That's brilliant. Still with our race leader with Leonora Mogan in car 14. Lucas Petrie up into 2nd in car 20. Down in 9th is Tyreek, who was our race leader at the start. He opted to pit early. He's 1 lap down currently, but that'll come back as the leaders decide to pit. Hayley Cavill just in front of Tyreek, so should be creating a good wheel for him to try and get past. She's not a slow racer with Hayley.
I think Tyreek's done 2 pits to Hayley's 1. But we're at the halfway mark of this race, and at least half the field have done one of their compulsory pit stops.
We've got Tyreek with the fastest lap, which is a 27.744 of this race. Will be one of the top times of today.
So interesting, in position 3 is Asher Freeman, and position 4 is Peyton Freeman. Only 2 tenths of a second apart.
That's why you want to see some close racing out there from some siblings. Lucas Petrie, now our race leader in car 20. His best time is the one he's just done, which is a 28.8. It's a little bit off the pace with those lighter drivers. We've now got a 27.6 done by Tariq, the local hero here. He's coming up the ranks now. He's in 6th. Car 12 is what you want to watch. Asher Freeman now our race leader in car 4. 28.5 there, currently fastest lap. Levi Cavill in 3rd. Daniel Peck has just dropped down the order a few in car number 6, now plus 1 lap.
Otis Newman's having a good battle with Agman Gill and Jaden Marmot.
Yeah, there's a really tight battle between the 3 of them coming around onto the straight now, going into turn 1.
Because I believe Tariq just went around the outside of turn 1 made the spot and now leading out of turn 3.
That just really shows his talent there, opting to his wheels in that old oil slick to make that pass stick. Asher Freeman still our race leader in car 4, 11 laps down of this 2 minutes to go in this session. Tyreek now with a 27.5. Now that might be the top time today.
As Peyton Freeman comes in for her last pit stop of the race, with just under 2 minutes to run, so that's going to drop her down the order.
Peyton Freeman looking like she's going to end up in 10th at this point, car number 3. Asher Freeman now our race leader. Levi Cavill in second, car 18. Lucas Petrie still a lap down, so I'm wondering if these top 3 have still got 1 pit stop to go. Asher Freeman, Levi Cavill and Tyreek. Here they come now, Asher Freeman down the straight. Levi Cavill very, very close. Asher Freeman coming in for their last pit stop, so we were right, the top 3 might still have a pit stop to go.
I tell you what, the time just goes so fast when you're out there in that seat. You'd think 8 minutes would be forever, but oh my goodness, you lose track of it so quickly.
Yeah, you're dead right. It's especially racing at night under lights. You just feel like you're going a lot faster and time's running out. You think you've got all the time in the world, but these races are 8 minutes long. With 40 seconds to go now, Levi Cavill leading in car 18. Levi and Tyreek right out in front, neck and neck. 0.096 between them. Tyreek, is he going for the win, going for the pass to win this race? Here they are, looks like Tyreek has just gotten through on Levi Cavill on the last lap. That is the checkered. Tyreek has taken the win from Levi by 0.3 of a second, going for the overtaker on the outside. Ashton Peck finishing in 3rd. Lucas Petrie in 4th, that'll be a good result from him. He's chasing some points to make it to the final.
Lenora made a spot on the line there, so that was a great finish coming wide.
That's brilliant. That was a 4-way battle there, Lance, with Lenora, Asher, Ugman and Ota battling for that 5th place position.
It was very good, very good. Tight, really clean though. Didn't hear the bumpers clashing, which is a pretty easy giveaway with these Remos.
Yeah, most definitely. Now, I believe we're up next, mate, so we're going to have to pass these mics over.
Excellent. Well, Sid, you get 2 mics. There you go.
Oh, cool. Cool. Tarek was actually my pick in that one too, so I'm doing quite well on the picks.
He certainly was. So if you're in the 100 kilo and up, 100 kilo plus category, if you're not already at the helmet rack, you'd better get there now. Let's see how we can go. I'm going to pass this over to Ash. Here we go.
Yeah, I had a nice little break and rested up my voice. I'm doing quite well. How are you doing too, NZ?
Oh, great. Battle of the Heavyweights about to come out. Okay, we had in that last seat for the under 18s, Tarek doing the damage there with the fastest lap of 27.581. Second place was Levi Cavill in cart number 18, and third to Ashton Peck in cart number 15. Behind him you had Lucas Petrie, a good drive from the Nelsonian, back in 4th place in cart number 20. Right, I've been deserted by 1NZ and 3NZ and ANZ. Where is 2NZ, BNZ when you need them? So the heavyweights come out for this over 100 kg heat. And this, of course, is race number 43, heat number 6. And going through the starting order, off grid 1 we have kart number 12 is Stephen Lee. On grid 2 we have kart number 8, Stephen Martin. Off grid 3 it is kart number 20, Ryan Smythe. Off grid 4, watch out for this chap, it is kart number 4, Andrew Barber. Off grid 5 we have kart number 13, Malaki Mahoney. Off grid 6 we have kart number 17, Craig Buckley. Off grid 7 is kart number 3, Lance Somerville. Off grid number 8, Arch Rival in kart number 18, all the way from Christchurch, Formula 1 NZ, Dan Canali. Off grid 9 is kart number 5, Nick Holt. Off grid 10, kart 21, Abdul Rakib. Off grid 11 is kart number 14, Hamish Cleland. Off grid 12 is kart number 10, Shamil Archishell. Off grid 13 we have kart number 11, watch out for this chap, Ryan Gron. In grid position 14 is kart number 6, it is Steve Locale. In grid 15 it is kart number 19, Craig Lacombe. Off grid 16, backseat of the bus, is car number 7, Kerry Jackson. So a lot of heavy hitters in this one. And just looking at some of the top drivers there, you got Ryan Smythe sitting there in grid 3 and Andrew Barber in grid 4. These will be two to watch. And further back in the field, grid 8, Dan Canali. He's got to get round Lance Somerville. And that's no mean feat, I can tell you. And Ryan Brown, he's got a fair bit of work to do on grid number 13. So it's going to be the calm before the storm with the battle of the heavyweights. Of course, looking out, look, Dan Canali and their mate 3NZ just doing a few hand gestures between themselves. Lance Somerville from Tauranga back in that grid 7. Okay, it's the calm before the storm. We're about to go racing. As the last heat for the heavyweights tonight, as they go into turn 1, and we pick up the race order. Stephen Lee leads them round from Stephen Martin. It's the battle of the Steves out front. Sitting there in third place is Ryan Smythe. And of course he's had some good results so far in this competition. And there's a big gap now between first and second. Another big gap between second and third as they come around. That's our race leader, Stephen Lee, into the pits. So taking over the race lead, it will be Steve Martin. Steve Martin, Dan Canali sits in the second position. And there we go, Lance Somerville in kart number 3. Does his first of his pit stops. So the order at the moment, Steve Martin ahead of Dan Canali, Craig Buckley and Abdul Rakib.
You've got to admit this is a good advantage for Dan Canali being up in the front. We know he's fast. We know Lance racing chance from the back of the grid all the way to the front. So Dan starting up in the front is going to be a good opportunity for him. Ryan Grun still definitely someone to keep an eye on. And Kerry, who we had a chat to earlier, fast peddler.
Well, I reckon this title is going to go between the likes of Dan Canali and Ryan Grom. Yeah. Ryan Grom is a class act, and Dan Canali is going to have his wits about him if he's going to take
another one NZ this weekend.
Yeah, and Ryan's probably the closest to the minimum weight because he's wearing a weight vest in this category, so he's probably about as close as he can get to that minimum weight as he can get, well, within the margins that the rules allow, 5 kilos extra.
I got a couple in the pit stops now. Cart number 19. Cart number 19, Craig Lacombe.
Yeah, Dan Kelly sitting up there in third. Craig Buckley just ahead of him, so Dan's probably had one pit stop already.
Dan sitting there in third place. Craig Buckley, as you say, in second. And Shamil is in fourth place. Well, he was in fourth place. It looks like he's up to third now.
Yeah, but Ryan Grown down in 10th. Even if he's had a pit stop, that's still quite far back for Ryan, so going to have to push a little bit harder to get his way back up.
But look who's in front. It's that one NZ, Dan Kennelly.
Yeah, he's pushing hard for this category. He definitely wants a few wins. He wants to make sure he's picking which seat he's in, but Ryan's just come into the pits now.
I can tell you that Dan, he can talk as fast as what he can drive.
Yeah, he jokes pretty quick, but obviously the winner of this heat, they automatically go through the finals. The winner of this gets to pick either their kart or their race seat.
Well, that will be the top point scorer, I believe, after this heat. So Dan Kennelly just going around, fastest lap so far at 29.50, but just going a smidgen quicker in second is Craig Buckley with 29.43.
And it looks like there might be a bit of rain out there on the track because now the marshals are starting to get rain jackets, so a little bit of rain coming down here. We're seeing that on the cameras now. It's starting to piss. It's starting to pour down in the final back sector. It's hard to see here from the commentary box, but all the way down the back it's raining. We're going to bring in some slippery conditions.
Oh, we've got to watch at the end of the straight here. They'll probably put the chicane in maybe if they might bring in the orange lights
and the marshals getting ready for the chicane coming in, so this is going to dramatically affect this race.
Probably going to happen here way too fast.
I think they know that it's raining and they think that it's going to go yellow while they're in the pits, but yeah, dramatic things. We saw last time when there was a rain midway through the session, it completely changed the way the race was approached. The rain completely affected the race, especially in this 100 kg. Slippery conditions, how's this going to affect it?
And I believe that's the second pit stop for kart number 13. Just looking to see who's in kart number 13. And I don't think it's on our list at the moment.
Yeah, currently someone probably further to the back's probably either Stance or Hamish or someone along those lines, but yeah, doing a strong job here. Dan Kennelly out in the lead, got a good chance of winning a race here.
Well, look at this. We've got 1 NZ from the commentary booth and 3 NZ from the commentary booth in first and second. How about that?
Yeah, well, 2 NZ's missing from the grid, so what was it? Underweight or overweight? Were you too many 100 kgs or something?
Too many pies, mate. Too many pies.
He was just worried he'd sweep the field if he got out there on the track. But yeah, Dan Kennelly's doing a great job out there.
Yeah, Dan Kennelly with a good lead now. We'll just see what the margin is if it comes up on the screen.
He's almost a lap over everyone else, so way in the lead Dan is.
Well, Dan with the fastest lap of a 29.366.
Yeah,
they're hauling.
Yeah, and Ryan Spife working his way up there. He was a strong peddler throughout the rest of this competition. Up to third. Ryan in for a chance of a podium, do you think?
Well, could well be. Lance seems to be dropping down the order now.
Yeah, only 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining, so not long to go.
I tell you what, Lance has had his day in the sun now and he's dropping down the order.
Yeah, it's a little bit hard. Ryan's quite a fast peddler, so a bit hard to hold him off. And a few other names coming through. Lance always says he's a smart racer, but maybe not the fastest.
We've just had Dan Kennelly in the pits. He's come out and he's still in front, 11 seconds ahead of Stephen Lee.
Yeah, Dan really showing how he stretches his legs. Started out in the front lead and just really strong result.
Well, he's into his exercises, isn't he?
Yeah, clearly stretching his legs, stretching his arms, probably rest up and got his pillow ready. He might be falling asleep at this race. He's walking away with it so much.
Well, he can't be falling asleep at the moment. Look at the lead he's got, 11 seconds.
But he's in the pit, so
he's in the pit.
Seconds,
okay, that lead's going to evaporate.
Stephen Lee and Ryan Smith have already passed Dan Kennelly, so maybe he was asleep at the wheel.
Oh no, things have turned to custard here for Dan Kennelly, but not for long, I'm sure.
He'll make those positions back in no time, probably. We're going to see if Ryan Smythe's still got a pit and maybe Stephen Lee has a pit to go. But yeah, still plenty of time, 1 minute 30 left. Dan left those pit stops quite late.
Well, Craig Buckley back there in fourth place and just ahead of Lance Somerville and Kerry Jansen. and Ryan Grant only in 7th. This could be the chance for Dan Canelli to jump up the points ahead of Ryan Grant.
Yeah, even third place is a lot of points. There's what, 58 points for third place. Where there's Ryan Grant down in 7th, that's going to hurt him in terms of the heats. That might mean that Dan's going to get preferential pick of either the cut or good spot coming to the finals.
Well, where there's a will, there's a way, and Stephen Lee is your race leader. He's got a 2.9 second lead over Ryan Smythe. Not too far behind Dan Canelli, 7 seconds, but who's done a couple of pit stops and who's done one and who's done none?
It's really hard to tell. Unfortunately, we don't have a system that counts the pit stops for us here. But yeah, we can sort of tell based on the gaps between. If you see a really abnormally large gap, it's probably most likely because of a pit stop. So Ryan Smythe only being 2 seconds behind Stephen Lee, you've got to say that's not a pit stop difference between them.
Well, I'll tell you, there's only about 11.5 to go, and slip sliding away that lead of Stephen Lee.
And we got someone coming into the pits very late towards the end of the session. That's Kart 21. Kart 21, a little bit further down on the grid, that's Abdul. So Abdul coming into a very late pit with only 18 seconds left on the clock. He was basically leaving it to the very last second.
Well, it's Stephen Lee's race to lose. I'll tell you what, Dan Canelli has slipped back. He is now 7.4 seconds behind our race leader, Stephen Lee. And this is going to be another surprise winner.
Yeah, again, we've seen it all night, so clearly the new track conditions with it dry and being nighttime is bringing up some different race winners. I love to see it. It shows you how close the battling is between them.
The checkered flag has come out, and Stephen Lee is your race winner. From Dan Canelli in second place. He's bagged a lot of points in this one, and then go back to Craig Buckley in third.
Yeah, totally. That's going to be a great opportunity for Dan Canelli. Even without a win, he's got a bunch of points over Ryan Groen down in 6th place. So good result for Dan Canelli. He should be happy with that one.
Good driving from Kerry Jansen. He got up to 4th place ahead of Rance Somerville, and Ryan Groen only managing the 6th place. So things are going to be very tight now in the points between Dan Canelli and Ryan Groen.
Yeah, and Kerry was doing really strong over last night. So Kerry was up and then sort of fell back. It had a great last race and now had a really good this race. So good job from Kerry there.
Well, we look at the fastest lap times there, and Stephen Lee at 28.85. Dan Canelli at 29.36. And Craig Buckley at 28.6 for Craig Buckley. Where did that come from?
Yeah, that was an impressive result from Craig. Stephen obviously would be one that would be great to talk to, obviously being a shock winner of this race. But Craig, definitely credit where credit's due. We've always seen Craig's name up in that top 10. So Craig's been a strong competitor throughout this weekend. Probably one to get a good position in the finals, and we'll see what he can do.
So we'll have to get Stephen Lee to the commentary box. Stephen Lee, can you please come to the commentary box?
Wow, he's in Kart 12, so he's pretty close to us right now.
He probably actually heard us.
Maybe he can hear us without the mics. Well, what's your thoughts of tonight's racing so far? Coming towards the end.
Awesome. And it's going to go down to the wire. And my favourite class, I think it has to be the 85 to 99 kg, because that's probably the class that I'd slip into.
Yeah, that's definitely very competitive. It's also a rather packed class. There's a few different groups of that one, so lots of different competition between them. So plenty of competition. That's going to be an interesting final.
Okay, can we have Stephen Lee to the commentary booth, please? Okay, we've got 2 races still to go. The 85 kg to 99.9 kg. Groups 1 and 2. Group 1 up next. So still waiting for Stephen Lee to come to the commentary booth. But we'll just run through the starting order at the moment. On grid 1 for this next heat, it is kart number 14. Liam Curran. Off grid 2 is kart number 5, Reese Jordan. Off grid 3 we have kart number 18, Lloyd McLaughlin. Off grid 4, watch out for this one, kart number 7, Daniel Douglas. Off grid 5 is kart number 3, Andrew Billington. Off grid 6 we have
Wozciak, I believe. Wozciak. I really would like someone to correct me on that spelling.
Okay, off grid 7, it is the Wellingtonian, cart number 21. He's already had a win tonight, Joseph Mayo. Off grid 8, we have cart number 19, Quan Tong. Off grid 9 is cart number 6, Blake Skinner. Off grid 10 we have cart number 17, Adam Jenkins. So we've run through the top 10 and we will go through our interview right now with our previous race winner,
Stephen Lee.
Stephen, how was that race?
Yeah, no, it was good. The cart was faster. I feel, I don't know, maybe a combination of things, baby Jesus or something.
do you think it was the changing conditions had anything to do with it? Because it was started out dry and then the rain came down.
All right, so my motto is just drop the visor and pretend it's dry.
Fair enough too.
If you can't see that it's wet, it's not wet.
And well, Stephen, there was a few different. We heard from Dan just quickly when he was walking by. Obviously, the commentary box up and off his helmet. But he said that you just smoked them. You walked off and they couldn't touch you. So I mean, good compliments coming from Dan in second. But Dan being very strong in the previous heats. What do you think of that comment?
Yeah. Great night. Thanks everyone, and thank you. I'm a bit hard of hearing, so. I got about 5% of it. That's what happens when you race motorcycles. You can't hear anything or cars.
Well, Stephen, that was a great result, and thank you very much for coming by, and hopefully you have a great rest of your race. Hopefully you get a strong position into the finals and can show us what you're made of.
Thank you very much, everyone, and suggest finest.
There you go, Ash. There, a bit of previous motorsport experience there from motorcycling.
Yeah, totally, and that probably would have helped him in the wet. I'm assuming if it was off-road motorcycling, probably used to low grip conditions.
Okay, just looking at the front of the field at the moment, we've got Liam McLaughlin, Lloyd McLaughlin.
We've got a spin coming into the turn. He's locked up and wasn't able to make the pit stop, so that's going to cost him heavily because he's going to have to take a second attempt at that pit stop. He could even run to a penalty, so that was cart 19, locked up on his way into the pits. That's going to hurt him dramatically.
So we've got Lloyd McLaughlin leading out front, but 0-4 of the second is Daniel Douglas. That man, Daniel Douglas, doing double duty here tonight.
Him and Stephen will probably be, Joseph will be going hammer and tongs, as you like to say, fighting each other because, yeah, that's going to be a close battle between them. Both really good pedalers.
Well, look, you've got 3 quick runners behind, or 4 quick runners behind them. You've got Blake Skinner, Andrew Barber, Kirk Vosper, and also Ryan Groen.
Yeah, Ryan's a name you don't want to hear as being behind you because that means he's probably going to be in front of you in a moment anyway. So, yeah, Ryan's a deadly one in cart 20. But Daniel Douglas up in first, that's definitely a name that you know up there and sort of belongs in that position.
Oh, Daniel Douglas, his name keeps coming up to the top of the charts many times tonight.
Well, he's in so many different categories, but the difference is he's competitive in every category he's in. We're seeing a few guys do double duty in different categories, but they're not always fast in the same category. Daniel's fast in both.
Well, he's just done a pit stop, and that man, Joseph Mayo, is sitting right in second place.
Oh my God.
Really want to win tonight.
Look, we've got nearly 6 people in the pits at once. This is double stacking at its finest. Maybe the low conditions, they can't see who's in the pits, but people are going to have to wait.
Including your mate, Adam Jenkins.
Yeah, it looks like Adam didn't get too bad of an issue there. He was sort of at the front of that pit stop queue, but yeah, pit stop queue's playing a part in tonight's racing.
Well, Kirk Vosper could benefit from all these things happening. He's sitting there in third place, but Daniel Douglas is your race leader in cart number 7. Sitting in second place is cart number 13, Andrew Barber, and in third place we have cart number 5, I think it is, who's just been passed by Craig Sullivan. Craig Sullivan. Looks like Andrew Barber in the pits. Well, he's done his pit stop. So Andrew Barber will drop down to, well, he hasn't dropped, he's still in second place. No, in fact, he's taken the lead. Andrew Barber is now in the lead because Daniel Douglas has just done his pit stop.
Yeah, obviously a very competitive class, the 85, 2 different groups in this one, so big group, lots of different mix of drivers, and getting to see who's strong and who's not. It'll be great when those 2 mix tomorrow in the semis.
Well, Andrew Barber doing the business out front, the man from Tauranga. Fastest lap time of a 29.44. Craig Sullivan sitting there in second place, a time of 29.95, and Daniel Douglas sitting there in third, best time of 28.55. So you'd have to say Daniel Douglas at this stage could be the class of the field. Slips back to 5th place as he's just done a pit stop.
And just a message out to Dan Kennelly, if he's out there in the crowd, it'd be great to get him to the office. If Dan could make his way over to the office, that'd be very helpful. But yeah, interesting race going on. Andrew Barber's sitting up in first, doing a good job. Wozniak, as we keep butchering his name, he's up into third, so good result from him.
So you're saying that 1NZ was after BNZ for a transaction?
Yeah, it sounds like it. A few different combinations going on.
Yeah, talking of beautiful combinations, we've got Lloyd McLaughlin out front with a 3.7 second lead over Andrew Barber.
Yeah, and quite a bit of a gap back. Andrew Barber's just done a pit stop in the last lap, so quite good for Andrew Barber to be sitting in second place after a pit stop.
And Daniel Douglas is back there in third. Well, Daniel also done a pit stop.
Yeah, pit stops are playing a role, as we keep seeing throughout the weekend, when you pit and how you pit. And obviously for us at commentary, it jumbles the grid and makes our job a little bit harder, but for the racing it makes it hugely entertaining.
Well, 10 laps down for our two race leaders, Lloyd McLaughlin and Andrew Barber, and there's a 7.4 second gap. And as you say, if Andrew Barber and Daniel Douglas have done a pit stop and Lloyd hasn't, our race leader, well, things are going to change.
Yeah, that's a change in the race gap, and I'd say it probably is, because Daniel Douglas is 12 seconds off of Lloyd, and no offense to Lloyd, I don't think he's that quick compared to Daniel.
Well, don't discount Liam Curran, up to 4th place. He had a win earlier.
Spin in the corner, two people facing the wrong way, there's going to be a yellow flag, so that was a big spin. That was 2 contacts into turn 5, so yeah, crazy.
Well, just having a look at the lap times there. Liam Curran, a 28.59. Also in the 28.5s is Daniel Douglas. So nothing between these two in 3rd and 4th place, lap time wise.
Yeah, and with our second to last race of the night, there's no point in leaving anything on the line. These guys need to put pedal to the metal and just go hell for leather for this. Send it all, because tomorrow is where it matters, but today is where you make the points.
Yes, and that's going to help for grid positions and carts.
Yeah, of course, that's an interesting one.
We've got our top 4 runners have just made a pit stop.
Yeah, totally. So that's changed up the grid, and Daniel Douglas is the one that's come out on top on that one. So we know that Daniel was most likely to win this race, and proving us right again. We haven't put the commentator's curse on them yet, which is good. But you bring up an interesting strategy decision for overnight. All the drivers are going to be thinking, what do I want? Do I want to pick the grid spot, or do I want to pick the kart position? Given tonight with all the karts going on, you might want to pick the kart, but I think the good position is still a good chance of winning the race.
Well, yes, you can also get a very good kart with the grid position, and that's the ultimate.
Yeah, it'd be great if you could just sort of pick your kart and everyone else picks their kart, and then you're going to end up with a decent grid position. So lots to play in the strategy game overnight, so all the drivers will be thinking about that overnight.
Well, just over a minute to go, and Daniel Douglas in kart number 7 leads kart number 13, Lloyd McLaughlin in 2nd place, and then back to kart 14, Liam Curran. In 4th place we have your friend
Adam Jenkins, previous track manager here at Ace.
Wrong, you got that one wrong.
Getting towards the end of the night, sorry, my voice is getting a little bit wrong. Ryan Groen, is that what we're talking about?
No, he's in 5th.
Who are we talking about? Wozniak, yeah. Still not sure if I'm pronouncing his name right.
Well, Adam Graham will be looking to go up the places, but we've got only 28 seconds left to go, so they must be on the penultimate lap. As they pick up your race leader, Daniel Douglas in kart number 7.
Yeah, gotta say, it's been an enjoyable night. I've really been enjoying IORK.
Well, there we go, the arm comes out. Was that the checkered flag? Yes, it was. Great win there for Daniel Douglas. He's absolutely ecstatic.
Yeah, and that's a great showing from Daniel. Obviously someone we've already talked to a few times tonight, so great result from him, but consistency, that's going to help him really great in the championship. But Daniel Douglas, you've got to say, is a weapon in this series.
Okay, we'll just go through the places. The cream rises to the top. Once again, in 1st place, kart number 7, it was Daniel Douglas. He was followed through by the last race results.
Lloyd McLaughlin and then Liam Curran, followed by Ryan Groen.
Oh, this is going to mix up the points a little bit. But it was Daniel Douglas ahead of Lloyd McLaughlin. And Liam Cullen, of course, he got his got a win earlier in the night with Liam Cullen.
Yeah, we had a chat with him. So a first and a third, he's going to be happy with that. Liam's going to be celebrating that one. So showing that he's got pace in the series, despite what he was thinking earlier on in the early heats.
Ryan Graham, although will consolidate, I would suggest, perhaps his lead in this class, back there in 4th place.
Not to mention, Daniel will probably be a little bit worried looking at the fastest lap from Liam. That was only a few thousandths of a second slower, so Liam is right on Daniel's speed.
Ryan Graham looks like he's set the fastest lap at 28.5 even.
Yeah, so there's some fast guys behind him, so it shows there's some few factors playing into this heat that we won't see in the semi-finals. We'll see the fastest at the front or potentially in the fastest kart. So tomorrow, it's going to be an absolute cracker between these four.
Oh, it's going to be an absolute barn burner. So I believe it's the final race of the night. The final race of the night, which is the Group 2, heat number 6 of the 85 to 99.9 kgs, race number 45, about to take place.
Yeah, and a fun fact about Group 1 for you, NZ2, do you know which group of all the competitors that has the least amount of penalties?
You're not going to say the under 18s.
No, it's actually the 85 kg at Group 1, the one that we just watched. They are the cleanest. They have barely any penalties compared to every other group. So they're behaved.
Well, hang on a minute. They're going to spoil the party now because we've still got the final heat to come out.
Yeah, well, Group 2's coming in. They're maybe less clean than their Group 1 counterparts. So it'll be interesting to see how they mix in the semi-finals. But yeah, great showing from them. It'd be good to chat to Lloyd if he's around and willing to come chat to us over in the commentary booth, because that was a good showing from him in the second place for Lloyd.
Lloyd McLaughlin, can we have Lloyd McLaughlin to the commentary booth, please? Okay, we'll just go, in the meantime, we'll just go through the grids. And it is starting off Grid 1, we have kart number 7, Oscar Grant. Off Grid 2 is kart number 18, Shane Moore. Off Grid 3 is kart number 20, Stuart Hooper. Off Grid 4, it is kart number 4, David Wheeler. Off Grid 5 is kart number 13, it is Phil Ashford. Off Grid 6 is kart number 6, and it is Josh Dowds. Off Grid 7 is kart number 5, Matt Curtis. Off Grid 8 is kart number 6, which is Joshua Bailey Montgomery. Off Grid 9 is kart number 9, it is Ben Lane. Off Grid 10 is kart number 21, and that's Michael Robertson. Off Grid 11, perhaps the one to watch in this one, kart number 14, Frank Gilbert. Off Grid 12 is kart number 19, and that's Josiah Armstrong. Off Grid 13, it is Max G, with kart number 11. Off Grid 14, it is kart number 13, David Court. And off Grid 15 is Tarora's finest, it is Callum Beckham.
Yeah, fantastic little group here. We got Group 2 of this weight category. Good pedalers in this one. A couple of names that stand out, obviously, throughout the weekend. So yeah, great result from the groups in the last round, and into this race is going to be an interesting one. Last race for the night, so hopefully it runs nice and safely, but looking forward to some fireworks in terms of the battling.
Okay, we've got a couple of Wellingtonians in this one, BNZ. How are they going to go?
Oh, it's going to be tough. The rain could turn up for this race, so it could be very interesting. It'll make the playing field very even.
Okay, they go into turn 1, heading off into turn 2. It's the charge of the Light Brigade into turns 2 and 3. Look at this, round the outside. The lead has changed. I think that is Shane Moore in front now, ahead of Oscar Grant.
Yeah, and they're heading around the back straight now, coming into the, heading around the back last corner, but into the back straight. This is the fastest part of the track. And we're seeing 2 wide, 3 wide, 4 wide into this. So huge gaggle of group coming into this. And that makes it all heaps of switching around coming into turn 8 and 9. And that's going to keep going into turn 1. There's people going really, really wide and deep into turn 1.
Oh, the pit stops are happening aplenty there. The last cut out of the pits there is cart number 8. That's a very quick cart, that cart number 8.
Yeah, probably the last thing you want to do is get caught up in that big gaggle of crowd. Like, it'd be great to pit if you're in that gaggle of crowd, because then you're going to get out of it and get into the free air and be able to show your speed. But stuck in that group, you're just going to be losing time constantly.
And that was Joshua Bailey in cart number 8. We've also got another couple of stoppers for their first stop. We've got cart number 19, and can't quite see the other number in the other cart.
That looked like it was cart 14.
Cart number 19.
And cart 14. Good result from them.
Cart number 19, David Court. He's one of the heavy hitters in this class.
Yeah, totally, but plenty more people coming through to the pits. Now 3 coming in, so everyone's still getting their pits done nice and early.
So we pick up your race leader, who is cart number 7, Oscar Grant, ahead of cart number 18, Shane Moore, and back to third is Max G in cart number 11, Ben Lane, once again to the top of the charts, or, well, there or thereabouts. That's cart number 9, Ben Lane in 4th, and Callum Beckett sits there in 5th place in cart number 10. And cart 19 comes, cart 18, sorry, comes in for the pits, and for his pit stop. Cart number 18.
Yeah, and Ben's doing a good job up there in 3rd. Moved his way up the grid, and he's a name that we've talked about a few times tonight. He's a fast mover, and so he should be up a lot further in that grid. One to watch for the rest of the race, because he could be in for a win.
Well, that was Shane Moore just coming out of the pits. Okay, another couple of pit stoppers. Cart number 10.
And cart number 9 as well.
Cart 10 and 9. Well, 9 just, that's Callum Beckett, cart number 10. He was in 3rd place, drops down to 4th place at this stage. 5th place indeed.
Cart 7 and cart 20 also coming into the pits, and there's even more. There was an almost move to pit from cart 19, but then cart 5 pulled into the pits, so cart 19 decided, I'm not going to pit now because he's pitting in.
Okay, what's the chances of Max G getting his 2nd win tonight? He sits there in 1st place at the moment in cart number 11. In cart number 6 and 2nd place is Joshua Bailey ahead of David Carra. Has just gone into the pits, so is Phil Alsford, one of your favourite men up there in 3rd place.
Yeah, Phil's a really fast driver, another one of those Wellington groups that's really fast, so yeah, consistently up there in his category and a good shot of taking the heat finals.
Well, Max G at this stage is dominating the race. He's got a 3.4-second lead over Joshua Bailey and Phil Alsford. He's another 12 seconds behind Joshua Bailey.
Yeah,
Frank Gilbert now up to 4th place.
Yeah, I'd say Phil and Frank have probably done their pit stops versus the other two up the front haven't. So Phil Alsford and Frank Green in a good opportunity to get a race win here. Ben Lane not one to count out as either.
Well, watch out for Frank Gilbert. He's the big mover and shaker in this one so far, up to 4th place, and I don't think that he will end up off the podium.
No, and he's one of the older competitors in this competition, but as I said, he's been in go-karting since as long as basically go-karts were around, so he absolutely knows how to use these machines.
Oh, crikey, he must be as old as me.
Probably a little bit older, you'd find, and still going hard.
Okay, so Max G is your race leader. And Max G is in the pits, has just exited the pits. But things still haven't changed. Joshua Bailey still sitting there in 2nd place.
That is a great effort from Josh with just over 3 minutes to go. Usual suspects at the front, Max, Josh, Frank. This is a pretty consistent field as we see Frank Gilbert come in for his pit stop, bang on 3 minutes to go.
Well, Oscar Grant now moves into 3rd place, so I think Frank Gilbert's doing a pit stop as well as Max G.
And Callum Burkett is in 8th position. So he's slotted in, Frank's slotted in behind him after his pit stop.
Well, your race leader is cart number 6, and that's Joshua Bailey ahead of David Carra Wheeler
And here's the race leader right now, Josh Bailey, doing his pit stop 2.5 minutes to go. Let's see where he slots back into the order.
Well, the lead has changed again. David Kara Wheeler has taken over the lead from Oscar Grant and Phil Elsford. Stuart Hooper sits there in 4th place ahead of the recovering Max G and Callum Beckett. Got Frank Gilbert down to 7th now. So still leading this one is David Kara Wheeler. His fastest lap at 28.18. That's not shabby at all.
And Max G in a good battle with Callum Burkett out there. Now Max G won last heat he was in, and him and Callum are going battle tongs out there with 1:40 to race.
I'll tell you who's just done the fastest lap out there is a 28.1. Oh no, that's a 29.1, so we won't count that one.
Josh Bailey's late pit stops definitely hurt him. He's rejoined, settled into 11th position from the lead. With only 1.5 minutes to go, he is not going to make those spots back.
Well, 1.5 minutes is a long time in racing, and David Kara Wheeler, still your race leader, but can he hang on? Oscar Grant, still 4 seconds behind. Phil Elsford, another couple behind him, and then back to Stuart Hooper.
Behind Stuart, the gaggle of Max, Callum and Frank are separated by tenths of a second. Callum has seen he's shut the door on Frank a couple of times. We'll see how many times Frank will let him get away with that as they come onto the back straight. So Frank's trying to go around the outside.
Well, there could be a major shake-up in this one. Only about a lap and a half to go for a race leader. They've completed 15 laps, and it's still David Kara Wheeler, your race leader, ahead of Oscar Grant, Phil Elsford, Stuart Hooper, and Max G. So that checkered flag must just about to be out very, very shortly. 8 seconds left to run. So they might get another lap and laps.
Could do, and that battle pack's now become a 4. Callum's up onto the back bumper of Stuart now. Stuart, Max, Callum, Frank. There's a lot of tussling going on in those final corners into that last sweeper onto the back straight.
Oh, there's your winner. The checkered flag has come out for our race winner, David Kara Wheeler. I think that's his first of the night. He's broken his duck. In second place will be Oscar. Oscar Grant. Third place will go to Phil Elsford. And back there in 4th place, it is Stuart Hooper. Good drive from him. Back in 5th, last start winner was Max G. Then back to Taurang's Callum Beckett, and 7th place to Frank Gilbert, not able to make up the placings in that one.
Well, we've seen Phil's name on the podium a few times, so good to see David on the top spot this outing.
He's a good consistent driver, as Phil Elsford. Knows the track very, very well.
Yeah, definitely.
Still the fastest lap in that one was to our race leader, David Kara Wheeler, 28.1. Your thoughts on the situation, 1NZ?
It's just been great racing all night. We almost got a scare in one of the races with a bit of water coming down, but it was only light. They were about to get the chicane out, but it's been great racing all night. You cannot beat racing at night under lights, especially here in Auckland with just a great crew around us.
Okay, we might have to get our race winner, David Kara Wheeler, to the commentary booth, please. And it looks like he's got a big grin on his face from ear to ear. David Kara Wheeler will hand him over to Free and Zed.
Congratulations, mate. How do you feel about that race win?
Pretty good, actually. I was pretty nervous, so I just wanted to get in the final so I can sleep in tomorrow.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, mate, you had to work for it out there, though. Your lead changed a few times. Going into the race, did you have a pit strategy in mind?
No, just don't get any more penalties in the pits, because I got 4 in the last one, so.
Ah, legendary. 4 penalties is definitely weighing on your mind. That pit, speeding in pit lane, a lot of people have had that. Out on track, did you find it sort of a bit door-to-door, bumpy in this heat?
No, actually it was pretty good. I try to keep clean air.
Very good. There was a mid-pack battle going on that you totally avoided. That was quite rugged. So, how many podiums for you in this IORK so far?
2.
Oh, I've just noticed that David Beckett was actually the fastest lap there, just a smidgen quicker than our race winner, David Wheeler.
I love how we just make up people's names.
There we go. Cullen Beckett. Burkett, sorry, 28.12 as opposed to our race winner, 28.18.
Awesome, man. I have a great rest of it. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
That was more scary than the race.
Well, there we go. Perhaps our final words to ANZ, the local Auckland commentator. What do you think of that?
Well, it was a fantastic day of racing. Yesterday was really epic. I thought, how could we top this? And then we went into day 2 and we had some of the best racing I've seen at Ace ever. I mean, what an absolute event. Everyone here has been working their butts off to make sure that this is a great event. And I've got to say, it's been fantastic. I mean, I'm a bit biased, but the commentary's been amazing to have here at Ace. Typically, we don't get commentary on casual races, but the coordination from the management and everything like that's been fantastic. The races have been fantastic. It's great to have the local competitors around here, and it's great to have the live stream on here. So I just want to thank everyone that's come along, everyone that supported this event, all the sponsors, all the people that are helping at the event, and all the people that are coming to it.
And okay, Ash, I have to ask the random question. Who won the rugby?
No clue. I've been too occupied by the race. Who cares about the rugby? I can tell you who won the heats. I can tell you who's going through to the finals probably in a few hours. That's all I care about.
Well, it's good night from me.
And it's good night from me. And we'll see you all tomorrow bright and early at 9 o'clock here at Ace Motorsport at Go Media Stadium.